All right, whatever we do, don't talk shit about nobody, okay? Because we're live. Don't say nothing about nobody right now.
Yeah, I just got the notification.
It's funny because I see of course we know Keish and Ashley Gangsta has her channel, so we've seen her. This is the first time I've seen you, Pico, and everything.
Yeah.
And this is the first time everybody's seen me, and I've been chatting and with everybody for a year, so it's gonna be weird for everybody to see my face unless you come to my channel.
Right.
But a lot of people haven't subscribed to it, so this is the first time people gonna see me unless you subscribe.
Do you have?
Hey, I don't know, man. People been subscribed to me, and I'm wondering why. I do nothing.
Now, do you, Curtis? You have your I think now they make it so that everybody has to set their accounts up as channels in order to actually join a chat on another channel. YouTube made a lot of changes recently.
The funny thing is that I try to get my picture as my avatar, and I can't even do it.
Oh,
because I'm that computer illiterate. So
yeah, it's very easy actually. Technically, YouTube has made it easier than
What did you say you try to do, Curtis?
I'm trying to take a picture as an avatar so everybody see who I look like. Because some people they think you're catfishing or you're doing other stuff. I want people to know who I am.
Yeah.
As I thought you were a white guy.
Oh wow. Word?
Yeah, I swear, man. I'm not even joking about it.
That's great.
Because it is not common for you to get. It is not common for you to get a black male that doesn't have the slang and terminologies. Just speak fluent.
I'm talking like a walker, bro. Trust me. I'm from Camden. New Jersey. That's that's all hood, all that. But no, I mean, truthfully speaking, like they have these stereotypes about us as black men that we're not intelligent, we're not articulate, and everything like that. So you have to show that all of us as black men, we're not monoliths, and we all have different sides. No matter what our environment that we come from, man. And that's what it's all about.
All right, I'm going to show y'all to the world right now. Right now, I have a blank screen on the front that says starting live. Would you say,
it's asking me for a meeting password. Do you know anything about that?
No, it should not have a password as long as we have a link.
Yeah, down here the link it has a password. The password is PGK1RFH0. No, 30.
Hold on. Wait. You said PGK?
Yeah, it's a long thing.
I'm gonna. Can you text it to me? Text me.
Yeah. I'm just gonna text the whole thing to you.
So everybody in the audience don't hear all this information.
I just need to.
We gonna have everybody joining this thing.
Oh man.
Because we are live right now. So there's like 40 some people in the chat.
Check your phone, Kish.
You said check my phone.
Yeah, that's why I was like, can you email it to me so that way?
Okay.
Because I know you're live.
What's that, Pico? What you sending me the link for so I can send it to her?
It's a meeting password.
No.
It's attached to the link that you sent me, but
yes, it says PW equals, and you see the whole thing there, starting with TGK, something like that.
Let me find out.
Yeah, because it's a password because I'm using the.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, Jesus. It's asking for the password.
All right. So the link to the meeting at the end of it says PWD equals, and it gives you the password. It's long as hell. You're gonna have to copy and paste it probably from what
Right.
the link I sent you?
Yeah, that's why I was asking for you to email it to me so I can.
Oh, I thought I sent it to you already. All right.
Oh, you did? Oh, I haven't even checked.
In your email, like that's how you got in here from the beginning?
Oh yeah, but it's for some. See, that's the thing.
So it's saying it's asking a password for Spitting Fire too. This is interesting. I'm gonna send it to you again by email.
Yeah, because it's just a link. So yeah, I have the link that you sent me. It's just that not able to see the password. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. It's down here at the bottom. Okay, okay. Let me try to type this in.
Okay, I know, right?
WD. Okay.
Yo, Judge, what you do with the at the mall, man? Oh, you did? I just want to help my brother.
But I'm gonna get in here. I gotta talk to these people.
3 brothers and 2 sisters. Including Ty, right? Keish, hold on 1 second. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay, that's all right.
Hi, load on one.
Don't want you pissing yourself on live. They be like, that Curtis boy, right? All right, I'm gonna lift up this screen.
Yeah, so we don't need that
name. All right, let me see. What's going on, everybody? How are y'all doing? It's like a lot of y'all in here. Y'all probably hear us talking shit and stuff. But
that is not
you got
right
Don
thing.
K. What's going on, Don K? Miss Hot Pink, Fantasia, you digging me? Oh, let me I gotta mute your screen. I gotta mute your screen passionately because it is double bubbling on me. All right, so there we go. I know I could have probably put everybody's things on on mute. Let's see who else we got up in here. So he's good. Everybody should see us. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? So we having a little bit of technical difficulties. That's what's going on here. But once we get it together, we're gonna start the show for y'all. I ain't want to leave y'all hanging in the chat and stuff. Oh, all right.
All right, I'm back.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, so they hear you. They hear you. So passionately, I'm going to.
Hey, what's up, chat?
Yeah, unmute. There we go. All right, all right.
I'm wondering if I can send you my Can you send me an invite by me sending you my giving you my personal meeting ID?
I would have to give you the same invite that I gave all of them to come in here.
Yeah, this is, unless we want to do it like
this is what I'm gonna do. 42508. I don't have your phone number, right? There's my phone number. I just put it in the chat. It's 484-424-5008. I can text it to you if that's faster. Other than that, I would just say go back into your email to the same link I sent you, and it should let y'all back in. Spitfire said it was asking her for let me go on my joint. Let me go on my front screen.
If the link would just connect to the app, I wouldn't be having these issues right now.
Allow participants to mute themselves. My meeting isn't locked, so you guys should be able to come in here easy, as long as y'all have the password.
That's Beverly.
All right, y'all got. Can y'all see the chat, Pico? Curtis, y'all
yeah, I
chat?
can.
Yeah, they hollering at.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah. All right. So let's see what we got here.
No, I mean to be dry. I'm just waiting for
Okay, do you want to just like mute
technically
me
waiting for
whenever you're? But that still won't work because you're still here backlash. I don't know. Do you want to mute me until I need to say something, or I don't know? Maybe we do. I do a signal.
Yeah.
Something like that.
You could do that. You can put your hand up, and I could,
Right.
All right. And I'm switching screens, so I'm not always like on one screen.
Okay.
I'm gonna try. All right. So I'm gonna. Or you can mute yourself.
Hi, baby mama.
You can mute yourself.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
To say something. All right. There we go. All right. So we were waiting for Spitting Fire. She's in there. She said it's locked. Okay. Use your cell phone. Oh, she said if you use the cell phone, it's locked. No. It's actually not locked. I don't think.
Hey, Shirley Williams, what's up?
Arnell Kelly needs no defense for his motion for release was poorly written. They must recuse from this case. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do for us. Ashley, I'm gonna put your mute on your mic because I'm hearing double from there. So I want to show you guys the motions that we're going to be talking about today. The part of the motions that I think that we need to talk about the most. And I picked out the people on the panel because you guys are very boisterous about your opinions on things and you guys are straightforward with it, no bullshit. Kick, Spit, and Fire, there was technical difficulties with that. Sky Zone, I was waiting for her to get back. She still hadn't yet gotten back. And then the non-lawyer, he may appear in about another half hour. So in the meantime, we're going to get ready and get started because we need to talk about these things. So I'm going to pull up these documents so that way everybody knows what we're talking about. There's two, in both the motions, we have a motion where the prosecution was denying R. Kelly based upon social media or whatever. So I'm going to read this clip for you guys. And then I want y'all's opinions on this clip. What do you guys think about this motion? So let me share my screen so that way we are all here on the same page and we're looking at the same thing. Let's see. This is it. This is it. So this here is the prosecution's motion to deny R. Kelly in the beginning. Let me make this smaller a little bit. All right. It says it is also disingenuous for the defendant to suggest that he has no means to go anywhere. He continues to have significant network of individuals available to assist him. Indeed, many of those individuals attempt to do the defendant's bidding by regularly posting and appearing in videos on the internet and publishing on social media in support of the defendant and overly trying to intimidate the defendant's accusers. Moreover, the defendant still has the financial means to flee and commit obstruction in the first quarter of 2020 alone. The defendant received over $200,000 in royalty proceeds. So with that being said, that motion there, I'd like us to talk about that. And I'd like to get y'all opinions on what do y'all think they're actually meaning in that motion. All right now. So we got
you want to start, Pico, or
well,
I guess
this is it. What I get from that,
it seems that they're used to the fact that he has. Oh, you want to start, Pico?
Let me just chop this real quick, Kurt. Thank you. What they're saying is that disingenuous, meaning he's being deceitful, he's being dishonest, and he has the means, he has what it takes, he has the connection, really, and that is what they're using about. 2-3 motions now, they're using the same argument. This guy has resources, he has connections, and he's not telling the truth about his resources and his connections. So based on that, they're just going to keep on throwing that out there to say, hey, this guy is not being totally honest with us.
Right. So anybody else want to jump in there and
to piggyback over it? They're saying basically that he has the means to flee getting royalties. We all know that since he still has at least one minor child that he has to pay child support to. That's money. He owed money,
right.
At that time. So he doesn't have that kind of financial means that the prosecution is saying they're being disingenuous when they say these things. Number two, and this is even more important, they're giving off the narrative that R. Kelly will do anything to intimidate witnesses and then flee. They're using his fans who support R. Kelly's innocence against him to say that that they'll do anything to make sure that he will, flee, which is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous considering, number one, he doesn't know them.
Right.
We don't know him.
Right.
There's only a couple of supporters who do know him. And the main thing that we care about, I'll just speak for me. And I've written letters to the governor of both New York and Illinois, so that they can give him, can free him, understanding that with COVID-19 and the coronavirus, and that he'll be able to come to trial, because he's been to every single trial, every single one. He only won one time. He's missed, and that's really sick.
Exactly, and that is one thing that you can look at and say, the government is being real unfair, because he knew that he was on the federal investigation. Everything was out there. If I knew it, he have to know about it. Okay, so the fact that he didn't run then. The fact that he stick around, he turned up to every trial, he turned over his passport, he comply with everything that they ask him to do.
Right.
And what grounds you gonna say this man is gonna run? That's what I cannot understand. And that leads me to think that the base of the Constitution saying you are innocent until proven guilty. To me, right now, that just looks like semantics to me.
Right.
Because they're treating this man guilty until he can prove his innocence. So everything pertaining to him is being done backwards.
Right. So
and
now,
the worst part,
in this clip here, it says many of those, it goes in and it says that he continues to have a significant network of individuals available to assist him. Indeed, many of those individuals attempt to do the defendant's bidding by regularly posting and appearing in videos. Now, it says on the internet and publishing on social media in support of the defendant and overly trying to intimidate the defendant's accusers. Now, what gets me about this is how they're saying many of those individuals attempt to do the defendant's bidding by regularly posting and appearing in videos. Posting and appearing in videos. Do you think they might be speaking of one specific person opposed to blaming it on what the narrative that most people are confused about are saying or are saying is bloggers? Do you think maybe they're specifically talking about one person? They're saying individuals, individuals, but
they're talking about the persons who are doing it. We can't sit here and play hypocrite. We know who are doing it. It's one of three people, or three of three people are doing it. We know who the people doing it, we know who they are. But can we get these people to think logically and say, hey, what you're doing, badgering these accusers is not helping this man? You have to be more diplomatic. You have to be more calculated in what you're doing.
Right.
To bash accusers at this time, when you get indicted and then you have a witness or co-accused, the prosecutor and the judge will ask you not to be in contact with those parties. So, in other words, we as the supporter cannot make it bad for this man by going off his accusers.
Right.
Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you now. Yes, we can.
Yes.
What's up?
Okay. Hello, everyone.
Hey, lady.
Hello, Spitfire.
One of the things that we focus on is not just the fact that what's going on, it's the fact that it's injustice and how it's been coming together to try to take this man down. This all has been orchestrated. So when you look at that, you have to think about what it is that we can do to expose all these people, including the legal system, on how they have orchestrated and collab with each other to try to bring this man down. It's so ironic that everyone from the docuseries to the day after, everybody is linked together. And it's so funny how the government want to act as if we're not smart enough to try to figure that out. That's the first thing first. The second thing is to just attack this strictly on the legal aspect of it. You know what I mean? When they talking about people on the internet and social media and propaganda and stuff like that, that's when, you know, people sign that deal to say that you can use propaganda in legal stuff and all that. And that's kind of an issue because the simple fact is everyone on the internet is responsible for their own channel. Obviously, R. Kelly cannot be responsible for everything that is said on the internet to his accusers. When you put yourself out there in the public, I've said it so many times, you open yourself up for scrutiny. You understand? And so now they want to act as if nobody has to be accountable for their actions. And that for every action is a reaction. And no one want to take the opportunity to look at the initial action and which caused all this in the first place. Now, one of the things that I was liking what Keish T was talking about the other day is when she was reading I think you were reading something about the judge and the daughter. And I said something, I noticed something 2 weeks ago, and I told Keish T over the phone that when I did that video April the 4th, I thought that it was time for someone to look into the judge because I knew that every motion that the defense put in, she has denied, no matter how little or whether I said something is up with this judge. And everybody's like, she on the take, she on this. I said, no, there's some connection. And I knew that there was connection with Bill Cosby. So the problem is that this Me Too Time's Up and these women liberations have infiltrated our legal system. And it's up to us to take it back. And that's the
right.
I mean, that is the problem because everyone's scared of them right now. You know what I mean? And no one wants to go against the Me Too and Time's Up. They don't want the backlash, not judges, not anyone. And then the judge who is actually was appointed by Obama probably feels some obligation because the Obama administration women liberations are connected.
Good points. Good point. But the thing of it is, I hate to say it, but the prosecution is basically trying to do their job with their narrative, and that's what they're using. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter what the three people that are doing this. Since we're putting it out there, the three people doing this, agenda and motive is the prosecution's job is to paint it in a way where R. Kelly is the monster, that he deserves every single thing that they're gonna come at him with, that he deserves it. And in my viewpoint, it's an absolute railroading of his rights. Not only is he presumed innocent until proven guilty, but he has the right to the best defense that he can get. Right in the jail where he's at. Where the jail where he's at, it's locked down.
Right. How
can he can only talk to his attorneys once, and that's it. He can't even get another phone call. So unless he's released and able to see his lawyers as attorneys. Those that are in prison and staying there, right? They're currently locked in cells, unable to access other people because of the corona. Correct. So that shit must be mind blowing. Yes. So because of that, I'm sorry, I had to talk to my nephew. Just learned what I just heard. So basically, with all that in mind, this is totally a lack of This is totally what's the word I want to use? This is totally not advantageous for R. Kelly to be in this situation, which is what they want,
right?
Because they know that if he's able to talk to his lawyers, and get all the evidence that they do have, so that they can prove their case. They don't have a case, the prosecution. They know it, you know it, and I know it. And they're willing to do whatever it takes to keep that from happening. Not even allow him to see his accusers.
Right.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? His accused, he won't, you know what, the thing of it is someone brought to my attention is the fact that they were talking about he may intimidate witnesses. Now, many of his witnesses are Jane Doe's. That's the first thing. So I think that the defense attorney needs to stretch that as well. And the ones who is not a Jane Doe is the girlfriend who recently they just broke up. You know what I mean? So that's like kind of contradicting right there. Let's just say, because we're together, we broke up, and now you mad at me, and you say, okay, he's now a victim of mine, but you're not a Jane Doe. You know what I mean? You broke up with me in the public, but now I can intimidate you. That's just absurd. That is crazy.
Right.
Do y'all think that the reason why they keep withholding his bail is due to him? They want him to serve his time now because they know that there is no case, because they want him to flee out. Do y'all think that those are two of the main focal points?
That cannot be their strategy, because that would be a trap. Okay. And then if they should turn around and do that to him, and at the end of the whole thing, then they find him not guilty, what you think is going to happen? The government will have to pay the damages that they caused. So I don't think they would want to find themselves in such a position.
Exactly. He gonna have a civil suit out the ass when he get out of there. They got to have something on him to keep him in there, because he's going to be able to.
I don't think they want him to plea at all. I thought about that, but I think this is not even just about justice and whatever. This is vindictiveness from their point of view. They couldn't get him in 2000.
They already had a Jane Doe drop out the motherfucking indictment. That says a lot. That speaks volumes.
It's basically double jeopardy with more indictments. That's basically what it is.
Yes.
This whole thing is like a setup from the gate on many angles. From the little people that's been around him, the bitter employees, the bitter bitches is what I call them. The bitter bitches, the bitter employees, all the way up to the people who probably been talking to the bitter people, and they're like, "Damn, we could really make some money out of this." And then the other people that are even higher up on the totem pole are even like, "Yeah, we could really make money out of this. This is great." I went on my Google joint, and R. Kelly has 48 albums on there. Like, I haven't seen any other artist with that many albums. And it's like, this man is worth coin. He is worth some major dollar.
Let's not even mention who he wrote for, and everything. Even, you know what I mean? Whether he collaborated with them, physically or behind the scenes, like Michael Jackson, Celine Dion, Tony Braxton, all these different artists, and you can just go on and on and on. Yes, you can. Right, Hakeem, you can just go on. You can just go on and on and on. That is all masters. That is all money. That is about $1 billion that the industry wants to protect. Absolutely. And that all those people that are involved in the takedown on R. Kelly want to protect. They don't want him to have any access to this. That is the real issue. They don't care about people protecting little girls. All they care about is the money.
Right.
Follow the money.
They don't care about protecting young girls, because ain't none of them. All of them, especially the women liberation, all of them have used, we are giving little girls voice, so we helping young black girls in the neighborhood. Ain't nobody contribute to any organization, schools, or any recreational centers for young black girls in the neighborhood. They stole these young girls' narrative and their stories, and they brought it to the forefront instead of a very
They wanted it to be entertainment, and it became worse. I don't think they fully expected what was going to happen, even though, I think Kim Fox was savvy over all of this. Man, this is an opportunity for me to get reelected as a prosecutor. Let me use this.
Right.
So there's just so many intricate narratives and agendas that are out there, and it's not just R. Kelly. It's Bill Cosby. It's Cuba Gooding Jr. It's all these men that have money.
People without
have
starlights around their names.
He was really out here drugging niggas.
They were doing.
Some were doing it with him willingly, and some weren't.
I'm sorry, I'm having a little side conversation because I'm with a couple of my nephews and they listening to everything I'm saying.
Right.
So we're having a nice little side conversation on next.
Right.
I hope the chat appreciate this.
I said what I said in my comments. In my comments, there's somebody who said his name is. I have to mute you, baby. There's
I definitely still got R. Kelly in my archives.
Oh man, I love it.
If you gotta take his music out of the industry, you gotta pull from a lot of other artists, and you can't do that.
Facts.
You fucking with other people's money.
Facts.
Hello?
So yeah,
Hello?
So what I was saying basically is that it's just a very intricate, takedown.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Hey bro, I might have to cross the bridge in about an hour.
Oh man, this is. Anybody else have anything to say?
Well, I would like to say something. While we are all here and on this platform, I've said this before, but I feel like I should say it again. I feel like we most definitely need to start triggering the advertisers that support Lifetime. Since they want to play with Kel's money, I think we need to start playing with their money. We need to start writing letters to each and every advertiser that promotes a do business with the Lifetime. I think that's most definitely a start. I also believe we need to all pick and choose one new
right. No, right now we just want to do the discussion panel,
and we flood until they understand and they want to listen. I think we should all even write a letter to Dr. Phil, since he won't deal with the accusers themselves. Why not deal with the supporters?
You're welcome.
And let us, and we can all collab together and come up with a video to send to Dr. Phil and let him see that, hey, this is point A to point Z, right? And if we can get, if he can bring a girl like Bad Baby on his platform, why not some educated people that is fighting for not only for Robert Sylvester Kelly, but we are also fighting for other men that this can happen to. Even women, this can happen to. So I think we all need to brainstorm and we need to come together and we need to pick specific platforms that we know that we don't see them bashing Robert Sylvester Kelly. I think those are, you're kind of all over the place. And when you're all over the place, nothing can be done like that. So we need to pick a news station. We need to contact Dr. Phil. And I also believe that we need to, like I said, come together and brainstorm. Because it's just too much going on.
I agree. I totally agree. This is the problem.
I'm going to give y'all my solution to it all. I'm going to give you Keisha's solution to it all, because if you notice, Keisha ain't too messy. And if you notice, not too many people drag my name. They drag it one time, I ignore the hell out of them, and I continue to ignore them.
She was fucking on.
The way you handle them is by ignoring them completely. Don't even mention nothing that's going on in these YouTube streets because it's irrelevant to the topic at hand. The topic at hand is Robert Sylvester Kelly, R. Kelly. I'm not in here to be fighting or finding out nobody's information in their personal life. It means nothing to me. If people don't think the same way I think, I can't train them to think the same way I think. So we have to just move on. We just had to move on. We just had to move on.
I agree.
You know what I mean? It's not about, I can't address nobody. I can't tell nobody stay off of no platforms or nothing because everybody's going to go wherever they want to go. As a matter of fact, they will watch somebody get beat up in the street before they watch our videos. Okay? So that's just where I'm at with certain things. I muted you, but that's where Keisha is. So you telling me I can't address it. God bless whoever addresses it. I can't.
Never on her.
I just
Keish,
that the focus is wrong, and I think that we have supporters. And I want to speak on with the witness intimidation. Okay, let's speak about that. Because I was also challenged about what I said about witness intimidation. And this is what I was saying. I'm not telling everyone to stop, speaking on the case, but we as supporters don't call these accusers. I try not to say victims, but accusers. Don't call them B. Don't call them a whore. Don't speak to them in that manner because we are separating ourselves from the media. The media speaks on them, right? But what the media doesn't do, they don't degrade these women. And this is where we're at fault at. And this is what people don't understand. It's a difference between showing support and also, tough love. I get it. I mean, a lot of the times these accusers, they do things that would make you want to say things that you wouldn't say, specifically to that person's face. And we have people that are behind these computer screens. We have these behind the scene phone calls, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we all are representing one man, one brand. And if we continue to fight and argue, we are attached to Robert Sylvester Kelly. We are his voice. And if we are all in this fight together, I'm trying to understand why is it that difficult for someone that is a supporter to not call these women out of their names, to not say degrading things, to not post their personal, their address or wherever they place a business at. If the news isn't doing it, why are we doing it? Can one of y'all maybe elaborate with that with me? How y'all feel about that?
I'm going to unmute everybody. I'm going to unmute everybody else so they can.
I put myself on mute.
Okay, good. All right, I'm going to unmute everybody else. Sorry. All right, here we go. All right. So, Curtis, you're unmuted. Okay, I have to mute us when she talks.
And it was always considered the smartest.
Okay.
I mean, the strongest.
First of all, I absolutely agree with what Pastor Gangster said, and I'll take it a step further. One of the things that has been so disappointing for me, as far as like what we've been doing for a year, is that we've not fully come together so that we can do all the things that what she said. There has to be an organized effort to call what channels we're going to use, what channels we're going to use. Right?
Well, but one of the problems is that a lot of people. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, one of the problems is that a lot of people gotten away from the R. Kelly situation, and they tend to just support and be loyal to the blogger, and they forgot to hold the bloggers accountable and to give commentary to which they're supposed to be initially advocating for. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I have actually seen people will come on other people's platforms, because I know they definitely done it to mine, only because you and another blogger may not get along, so they'll come on your platform because they want to show loyalty to who they ride with. And it's not about that. It's about actually giving commentary and getting the word out here about the injustices that we see in our black men with these women liberation movement infiltrated our court system and how they're suffering from it now. Because if it's happening to celebrities, when it happens to the average working man who doesn't have money for an attorney, what do you think the outcome is going to be? And we know that there's hidden agendas behind why all these people are doing what they're doing. So I think that once the people really start breaking away from that and get back to making their bloggers advocate for R. Kelly and let it be about that instead about being loyal to them. A lot of people, I see it in the chat, a lot of people are loyal to the bloggers. They just done forgot.
All right, so I'm going to address this on my angle where I come from with a lot of this. And a lot of this is, I don't address it. I will go with 20 people in my chat before I allow 250 in my chat hear me arguing with bloggers. I'm going to mute everybody else real quick. I'm going to mute all of y'all real quick so I can say this. Now, I address it by not addressing it. You can't tell people what to say and what not to say because they're going to say it regardless. That's just how it works. We can't sit around and tell people what to. We can't keep going back and going back and going back and going back. And that's the problem with progression. You can never make progress if you keep going back, going back, going back. You have to blindside everything and move forward. As a parent, when you train your kid, you train him. You either go, if you want, listen, if you don't want to fight the kids, get the fuck away from them. If you go and fight them, fight them. Make sure you whip their ass when you do it. Fight them. That's fine. But if you can't fight them and beat them, walk the fuck away. I don't have the energy to waste. I'm 40-some years old. I don't have energy to waste in battles. My job is to promote whatever I got to promote. So if we are looking for the justice in R. Kelly, we're going to look into the justice of R. Kelly. Now, what I did not want to do on this platform tonight was address bloggers, because that's the problem. Too many people make it about bloggers. And it's not about bloggers. It's not about subscribers. It's not about viewers. It's about us owning up to our own platforms and deciding what we need to do on our platforms. We are the owner of our television screen. This is my tube, my TV station. This is my YouTube show. So I am responsible for what I do on this show. So either I can sit here and battle with everybody that done put me in the shit, or I can move forward and say, you know what, they ain't even worth my motherfucking time, because they not. I got too much to do, so I'm gonna unmute everybody. Let y'all say what y'all gotta say. Wait, real quick, we got welcome Dana. Dana's here in the chat. You just snuck up in the back door. I know you ain't seen.
Well, what I was gonna, hold on. You ready to speak? Oh, I'll speak. What I was gonna say was that we need to make an organized effort to have everyone come together. In fact, Keish, you can put my email address in the chat so we can all get together and doing the things that Passionate Gangster wants to do. That was an awesome suggestion. That's what we need. We need solutions. We've been fighting too much on what, the problem is. We need solutions. Right. I remember Keisha trying to organize a march in Chicago. That didn't quite happen. No. But those are the things we need to do. Not everybody can march because some of us don't have the money to go to Chicago. But we can write our politicians. Right. We can write the new casters and the media and things like that. We can make our own channel and speak on things. I've seen people make their own channels because they were disgusted over what was happening and they're being affected. Yeah. So there's so many things we can do. We just have to do it.
Right. One of the things that I've heard this past week is that Bill Cosby's spokesman said that a couple R. Kelly supporters reached out to him trying to get a line to Donald Trump, which I don't know if that's a positive or a good thing to do, but at least some effort is being made in a positive sense.
Right. True. Why not? If you could reach out to a governor or somebody like a state senator and bring attention to awareness to the situation, why not? But at the end of the day, I think everybody in on something some way. Somebody's hands in somebody else's pockets, no matter how you look at it. It sucks. It sucks. And it's been like that the whole entire time of us in the community.
Of course, but they still give the appearance of working for us. So we still gotta make our voices heard. Even if the system is against us.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna jump in this real quick. I agree with what you're saying, Curtis, as far as like you gotta make our voices being heard. However, what I was saying in the chat and if I came on is we have to hold these judges accountable. Now see, Ann Donnelly, what she did was only played her last act and denied the reason. If we were not we, but I'm saying we as a people, as well as if the lawyers would have put her oath of office on public record, that means that she would have been bound by that oath of office and not by her feelings. So therefore, she wouldn't have had go ahead and do it this way. However, that didn't happen. With the new judge that's coming in, we can get the name. But I'm gonna talk to Doug tonight and see if we can get this judge's oath of office, put it on public record, and hold this judge accountable. Because the only way the judges can be held accountable if the oath of office is on display, and that's the rules of the federal court. So now, and we just gotta play by their rules, even though it's the kangaroo screw system, but we just got to play by their rules and meet them where they at.
Right, indeed. So I'm going to unmute everybody to mute everybody while you was talking, Dana.
All got different shit.
But that's cool. So I just look at it like, I spent a year and some months fighting back.
I don't know. Wait, real quick. I don't know who it is. Somebody got a television in the background going on. And then Passionately Gangster, I gotta mute you because you have a double layer there. Okay, go ahead, Dana. Say what you were saying.
Yeah, but I said I spent a year and some time fighting unnecessary fight when I could have taken energy somewhere else. So my thing is now I'm just on a move when it comes to, like I say, I'm about to spearhead a march up in New York. I'm definitely coming back to Chicago to rock one again. I'm definitely putting one together for DC. But the way I want to do New York, but I'm trying to get some celebrities that's already out there, even though I got a lot of backlash about it. But I've been talking to different people, and by me being on a new TV show that's coming up, I've been talking to a couple of them, like, bro, but I need you to just jump in this march with me. I don't care if you don't say nothing. I just need your face and your presence to be known. On top of that, if we need a couple dollars, I need you to contribute. That's where I'm at with it. But I'm also reaching out to these pastors. But I'm also reaching out to these pastors, but I say, oh, we believe. Well, if you believe, why aren't you making yourself heard? It's like the pastors in the churches, they just disappeared. No, but in the Bible, it says when your brother has been overtaken, you're supposed to overtake that ark and cover your brother. Right. So how many pastors do we have covering our brother?
Let me say this, man. Let me say this. Unlike Shabazz documentary, it's called Precedence, right? This whole R. Kelly thing is unprecedented. Never been seen like this before. Nothing has ever been seen like this before. So this is what I know. A lot of people silently have his back. What they don't want to do is go publicly and lose their career.
You're right.
That's where it is.
You're right. And you're right. Because I just spoke to Reese not too long ago, and he was just like, bruh, no matter what I say, I got the new Transformers about to come out. They'll snatch me out of that. I understand that he got to take his bills. But I'm talking about these so-called politicians that's like, oh, R. Kelly is a good person. You said that 10 years ago. But now when this scandal hit, where you at?
Right.
That's my thing. If you can say this back then, you can say that now.
Right.
Just like
one of the things that we need to be concerned with is organizing. I mean,
that's true.
You can protest and you can go here and you go there, but you have to organize. And further than organize, you have to meet with people. See, one of the things that I did before I even did the takedown of the king was I studied how R. Kelly did things. And what they did was they were having board meetings and they were going around to different city councils, venues, and they were giving presentations on how R. Kelly was violating young girls in neighborhoods and why it was important and imperative that they did not book him at this venue, or why the city should not allow him or give licenses to him or any venue that would play his music and things like that. What we have to do now with all the information that we have gathered is to go around to places into which they did, and we let them know. But see, personally, we have to talk to not only just women, because that's what they did. And they got a lot of women's side on their side, and a lot of women's side with the women liberation. But you have to have a co-ed group of people, and you have to let them know that these are the findings of this case. And what they were told prior to us or whoever comes there, that it has been, the truth has been stretched. And so you have to actually show it with proof. And you have to show that the judge was compromised, and the prosecutor was compromised, and all the people behind the organizations were compromised as well. And then after that, what you have to do is you have to prepare yourself, brief yourself, and study on how to address Congress. You know what I mean? You just don't walk in there, sit down and say, hey, this is what it is. There's a certain way and procedure that you need to do and need to know on how to address these people. And you have to have some evidence of whatever to back it up. And there's even a briefing onto which when counsel speaks, you don't. When you speak, they don't. Not to over bombard them with information. There's just a lot of stuff that we can do that we need to start doing now. Because, and if we put everything out here on the internet, we know that the ops are here, that's not smart. Because they're going to definitely go to the places into which we try to advocate for or do presentations for and do the opposite. So we have to limit to what we're going to say out here, what places we're going to hit, and where we're going to rally. You may not want to say where you're rallying at until actually a few days before you rally, so they can't prepare for it. So these are the things that people are not taking heed to. But I understand they're excited about the stuff that they want to do, but you may not want to say, oh, we're going to go here, and we're going to go there, and then, you know what I mean? And then you give them a lot of time to sit up there and rebuttal everything that you're working hard for. So that's some of the things that we need to take.
This is how I feel. This is how I feel. To build, it's easy. To destroy, no. To build, it's hard. To destroy, it's easy.
Right.
A lot of people is looking back at the supporters, all right? They see how we as supporters, we are ununited. And that they use as a platform to build on what they already convinced themselves of about this case. We as supporters need to use that energy and come together, create a unit and move forward. Because right as it is now, we cannot run to any corporate entity to hear our story. They're not going to hear us because the monster image is already created. So with a unit that is torn apart, we don't have any pull. First, we have to build within, right? Create our own structure. Go out, whether we want to do picnic, whether we want to hold rallies, whatever. start putting posters, whatever we can do to pull people's mind from what is already been said by the opposition, right? Because they paint him with this brush, he's a monster. He has girl training in basement, this, that, whatnot. We have to, as supporter, put what we believe out there gradually, come together, unite in our community, then we bring it to a bigger platform where we can now counteract what corporate entities already have embedded inside their heads.
Then I'm gonna say this. That's a good thing too, Pico. But I'm gonna also say this, and to backpedal on Spit and Fire when she said that we gotta go and we gotta make it a co-ed. Okay, one thing that's been proven throughout history, where there's females, there's males. A male ain't gonna just jump out there unless he's gun-ho. But if a male know that there's females out there doing whatever, that gives males the drive to jump out there and try to fight or try to do whatever or try to make their presence known. So I would say let's target females and males, but let's also get these females to start targeting as well. Because if a female can target a male and just, change his mind, and guys can target males and females, there's no reason why we can't be a conglomerate and just overtake the media and change everybody else's mind.
Right. Interesting. So, go ahead, Pants.
Okay, so I just want to add something there really quick. If we the people, I think what we all need to understand is that we are a community within ourselves, within ourselves. So with that being said, at this point, I think we can all agree that what is happening to R. Kelly is most definitely unjust. So I think what needs to happen is that all of these grown folks need to put their feelings aside, put their ego in a box, keep it there, and let's get back into this fight and focus on what's important. Because at the end of the day, how is this helping? How is this being the representation of the humble giant that we all have grown to love over the years?
All right.
When they are,
I just want to cut in. I don't mean to cut in on you like that, but
okay.
But we want to stay away from. Even talking about the drama right now.
Okay.
I think we all on the same narrative that we got to move forward, and this is what we got to do to move forward. People who's going to not see things the way we see it, we got to let them be what they do what they do. We just have to move forward. I don't want to instruct anybody on how they should move. I think everybody's adults and they know what they should and shouldn't be doing. Wrong and right is really easy. So I just think that the non-lawyer, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just waiting for an opportunity to talk. I don't want to talk.
No problem. I just want to introduce you real quick. The non-lawyers ain't here, y'all. Some of y'all may know him. Some of y'all may not know of him. But he has great content. I suggest you go ahead and subscribe to him. Passionately Gangster has great content. I suggest you go subscribe to her. And Dana J, Spit and Fire, they have ultimate content. I suggest y'all subscribe to them as well. Pico Benz, Curtis, I don't know. They was talking about YouTube channels, so they might decide they want to start something else. I don't know. This could be the start of something new for everybody here. So, but I'd like to hear what your thoughts and opinions is, the non-lawyer, because I did see you in the chat offering suggestions and stuff like that. So I'd like to get your opinion, and I really love the fact that I have you and Dana on the same platform, because I want y'all to talk, because y'all's men of knowledge, okay? But go ahead.
I heard a lot about him. I'm glad to meet you, non-lawyer, but I want to hear what you got to say.
Thank you. Man, I'm overwhelmed. 2 quick questions before I say anything. First, can you give me recording rights? Because I actually want to record this stuff and put it on my channel.
Absolutely.
And second, have you guys actually discussed the motions yet?
We discussed one portion.
on.
We discussed one portion of it, and I pulled that out. That was the little one, and that was on the prosecution side, as did their excuse. One of the excuses about him being a flight risk, and I was pretty much talking about the social media portion. I did not yet get to the second portion, which I do want to bring up, so we could discuss that next. But we left off with just that one, and then we just got in a conversation about other things and about what we could do as a community effort to move forward in this movement, because this is a movement. It's not a movement until we get everybody on the same wavelength to move forward. I feel like it's kind of like when you got a kid who doesn't tie their shoes all the time. Once you show him all the kids have all their shoes tied up, eventually they'll tie their shoes up too. So we need to move forward and start this as a movement. I like the way this was going months ago, and then things got fuzzy. And I think this just needs to go back the way it was going. And Dana, you was the head of, I look at you as like you was the head of that effort with the rally. It may have not have been a big rally, but it was an effort of a fucking rally. And had it had not been cut up or whatever the fuck happened, we could have probably went forward and did another rally in January as everybody was talking about, but that didn't go through. But whatever, moving forward, what we have to do. So, non-lawyer, you have permissions to record this whole meeting. Yes, you do.
Okay. I think you have to. It's actually a function, and you have to grant me rights somehow through the app. But anyway, you just said a whole lot right there. And what I encourage everyone to do, and this is going to sound a little funny, but what I encourage everyone to do is to think bigger than R. Kelly, right? In terms of the movement, right? Because things are changing. Technology changes everything. So this is new in the sense that people now have the power to voice their opinion. I heard Passionately Gangster, she said, "We the people," and then she kind of dropped it a little bit. But now We the People actually has a voice now. Whereas before, yeah, you had a voice, but it was really what could be said in the streets. But now you have a platform where you can reach, the masses, right? So with that said, I like to be organized. So if you want, you can just go ahead and start with the defendant's motion to release, and I'll basically make my comments off of that. So if you want to read it, I don't know if you read it. It'll be good context because people coming into this, they'll be able to come in and see this from an organized perspective, and then I'll give my opinion on that. In my mind, I'm just going to tell you up front, in my mind, it's very easy for him to get out on bail. And I'm going to explain why after you read their motion. The little screenshot that you sent me in email is perfect. And if you just want to go ahead and read that and do a screen share.
I'll pull that up right now.
That'd be cool.
Okay, I got you. I'll pull it up right now.
You're on mute, by the way.
What'd you say?
Well, let me get on the computer then.
Oh.
Who's ever going to read it?
Okay, I got you.
But Keisha sent me. Yeah, you sent me a nice clip. You sent me a nice clip. It wasn't the full motion, it was just a clip. If you want to read that.
All right, so let me put this up here on the screen, on the right screen. All right, so now this is the defense motion to the release when they wanted to release. This is the second portion. Did you want me to put up the defense motion, or did you want me to put up the prosecution's motion?
One at a time. Let's do the defense motion first, because I believe the defense motion would come first because they're trying to get them out. They filed.
Well, you know what? The first one was dated for 4/17 because they was going back and forth. They were. Okay,
read the defense. Read the defense. It's not. I understand what you said. It's not going to be in order, but read the defense.
Got you. Let me put this up here like this.
I think you can share your screen and pop it up there.
Actually, it turns blank because I'm using I'm using 3 systems right now. I'm using Streamlabs.
Let me see if I can.
I got you. So I'm going to do like this. All right. So now you guys all look up at your screen. Y'all should be able to see it, I hope. You won't see me moving it around is what y'all going to see.
Not yet.
Can y'all see it?
Nope.
Nah. Nope.
No.
Oh, y'all can't see it, but YouTube can. My bad.
Yeah, I think there's a share screen icon.
I'm going to do it for y'all too. I got to do it on both ends. All right, I got y'all.
There it is. Well, I can see it. You know what? I can see it on.
So this the defense. That's the prosecution.
Perfect. Go ahead and read.
All right, this one. Prosecution. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. This one. So let me, okay, everybody's mute. All right. So it says, it is also disingenuous for the defendant to suggest that he has no means to go anywhere. He continues to have a significant network of individuals available to assist him. Indeed, many of those individuals attempt to do the defendant's bidding by regularly posting and appearing in videos on the internet and publishing on social media in support of the defendant and overly trying to intimidate the defendant's accusers. Moreover, the defendant still has the financial means to flee and commit obstruction. In the first quarter of 2020 alone, the defendant received over $200,000 in royalty proceeds. Oh, that's the prosecution. I'm sorry, that's not the defendant's.
Well, let's just roll with it.
Okay, good shit. All right.
First question, I don't see the full thing, but did they provide any statutes or case law with that? Just off the top.
Say that again.
Did they provide any statutes or case law with that?
No.
Okay, so here's the thing. So this whole thing about social media is new. It's new in the sense that it's new and it's not new because there have been people influencing trials for decades, right? So basically you can go back to the Bible and you can look at, because I actually did a clip and I talked about how R. Kelly's innocent doesn't matter, right? So then I talked about the Bible and I talked about the one Bible verse where Jesus was innocent, but the crowd wanted him to be basically hung and dragged and flogged anyway, right? So in that sense, basically there was kind of an influence of the jury. So the concept of influence of the jury is really old, right? But now it's a little bit more powerful because of social media. So with that said, I think it's really easy for R. Kelly to basically get out on bail. And I'm not going to say why yet, but I really just want to kind of address that motion. So I think you, Tasha, basically said that there were people out there doing crazy stuff. I forget his name. I'm not even going to quote his name because I don't really want any drama. But basically, there were people out there who was alleged to have intimidated witnesses and like chased witnesses down and said they were going to do something to him. So that's bad for R. Kelly. When people come out and they start,
that wasn't me. I ain't say that. I ain't say nothing about that. I ain't know nothing about that. But go ahead, man.
I could be getting my facts mixed up, but I went to Twitter, and if you go to my Twitter page, you can see where there's a guy. I'm not even going to say his name, but basically there's a guy who's accused of tampering with the witnesses, right? So things like that are bad for R. Kelly. When people come out and they start chasing witnesses down and they start intimidating people over the internet, bullying and things like that, that's bad, right? It's one thing to basically speak your piece and use freedom of speech, and then there's, of course, crossing the line. So that's basically what they're talking about. But to me, it looks like they're taking it too far because they have to prove that these people are associated with R. Kelly, and that's going to be difficult to prove. And R. Kelly's release isn't going to necessarily increase the amount of people, increase or decrease the amount of people on social media that's interacting with potential witnesses. But go ahead to the next motion. And then on the next motion, I'll tell you how it's so simple for him to get out on bail, in my opinion.
All right, I'm going to pull that up next. All right, let me get that back up.
And of course, I'm not a lawyer, so if anyone thinks I'm a lawyer, you're dead wrong. So I'm letting you guys know that up front. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not setting myself out to be a lawyer. If you listen to anything I say, it's on you.
Got you. All right, so let me pull this up here. That's the prosecution. We won't close that out. Well, the defense. All right, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. The audience already sees what we're about to see. All right, so this is the defense motion to release R. Kelly essentially had gotten denied, but this was the initial one. It says, additionally, the government makes the bald and wholly unsupported assertion that there exists somewhere a network of individuals who purportedly stand ready to assist Mr. Kelly in his flight from justice. See response at P3. That one is a whopper. Who are these individuals? They do not exist. It is inexcusable for federal prosecutors to advance conspiracy theory arguments to this court that have absolutely no basis in fact. If there are any facts to support this contention, this court should demand that the government immediately disclose and produce them. Moreover, Mr. Kelly and his counsel should be entitled to the immediate production of any materials that support this baseless contention. It is unfair to argue that Mr. Kelly should remain in custody because people are posting things on social media. There is zero connection between Mr. Kelly and those postings, other than they are apparently from fans of his music. Moreover, the government is hardly in position to criticize when their very own witnesses, both before and after this indictment was returned, have made an extraordinarily public effort to create the public perception that Mr. Kelly is a monster through their own social media postings, by appearing on a so-called documentary, on a second so-called documentary, and by going on the R. Kelly Survivors Tour. So
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm about to say, I'm about to comment on that.
Yes.
And for the non-lawyer get on, but I'm gonna say basically what just happened was Mike Leonard called the federal government a liar, pretty much. And what happened was the motion and before, and the government called Mike Leonard a liar. So they forced Mike Leonard and they forced the whole Dream Team to show their hands on why is it that Mr. Kelly is not a flight risk? So then from that point, once Mike Leonard provided that in that same motion, Mike Leonard turned around and said, now the federal government, y'all lied. So now what Mike Leonard had just did was they now going to make the federal government either put these people, these individuals, in the next rebuttal or the next indictments that's coming out, or
you muted yourself, bro.
Huh?
You muted yourself by accident. Go ahead.
Okay, sorry about that. What's going to happen is, and the federal government is going to come in and pick these people up and put them in the next indictments or the next in rebuttal. At the end of the day, what I see is the same plan with the government, and because of what happened in court, and what happened in court in Chicago was the federal government was made to look stupid. And it just seemed like now, but they playing this game of we're going to try to lynch Robert by any means necessary, even on down to the wordplay and the motion in the indictment. One day you're going to keep him, or you're going to name him a person, and the next day you name them as a corporation. And that's what's going on. It's a cat and mouse game, and that's just my opinion. That's no fact. But that's my opinion based on my knowledge and what I see. This is what's going on.
So, I mean, man, you said a lot right there. Let me just start with this first. So, again, I'm not a lawyer, just speaking my own mind, my own opinion. And I think this is a case of the pot calling the kettle black.
Exactly.
As he points out, basically, their case was built on social media. They did the Surviving R. Kelly movie, spammed it across the internet. The state prosecutor in Chicago, somebody has an open mic. You got to close your mic, guys. You got to mute your mic. Mute your mic. Dana, you got to mute your mic. So basically, this is a situation, the pot calling the kettle black. The government basically built this case on the internet, right? So here's the thing. It's really easy in my mind for R. Kelly to get out of bail. And the solution is all he has to do is basically prove that Curtis, I think you got an open mic too. Curtis, you got an open mic. Shut. So basically he just has to prove that there's not going to be witness tampering. Your mic is still open. There's not going to be witness tampering, and basically he's not going to engage minors. Simple. So the way you do this is that you agree to basically pay for a police escort, and you agree to maybe go into some type of halfway house, whereas you're going to be in there at a certain amount of time, maybe in the evenings, and then you come out of that halfway house. And when you come out of the halfway house, you're coming out with a police escort. That, in my opinion, is the best way for him to get out on bail, because they're trying to use this witness tampering, the intimidation of the witnesses, and the threat to minors. That's in the statute. Guys, you just have to look at the statute. I have a video where I go through the statute, but that's in the statute. So those are the guidelines. He has to overcome that. And in my mind, the only way you can do that is that you put a plan before the judge that's going to be so solid that she's going to be compelled to say, well, hey, I can't deny this. He's going to be sleeping in maybe a halfway house where they have control over the facility, and he's going to, turn over his phone. And then when he gets out, he's going to basically be with a police escort. And there's no way that he's going to be engaged any of the witness, or he's going to interact with minors when he's with the police escort. That's it.
See how I look at it. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so how I look at it, this is Spit Fire. So how I look at it is a little bit different than that. What I look at it as, like you said, it's in the statute book. How I look at it is that all these charges that he has, and one of them is obstruction of justice, which falls into the category of witness intimidation. He made flight and all this and that. But those are charges as well as the abuse charges and every other charge that he's facing. So what I'm gathering is, with being a defense attorney, and where I would have put it in the motion as well, was the fact that those are charges. So when we say that he may tamper with witnesses, or threaten witnesses, or he may flight when we know that his passport has been surrendered and things like that, we're automatically saying with that particular charge, he's guilty. See, one of the things that we have to make sure that the law understands that is a charge that also has to be proven that he was guilty of, because in the past they said that this is why he got off. But they has not even proven that is the reason why he got off. It's a charge as if the next one is a charge. You understand what I'm saying? So to say that, okay, well, we got to say that he has to do this and he has to do that, that's automatically saying he's guilty. See, the fact that...
Hold on a second. That's not saying he's guilty.
No, I'm not talking about for all the charges. I'm talking about for the presumption of him may sit up there witness intimidation. Because
it's not saying he's guilty, but what they're doing, they're holding him on speculations, not facts.
That's what I'm saying. And so because that's a charge that has not been, he's going to trial. And he's going to trial on that charge as well, that he was obstructing justice. So when you sit up there and say, okay, well, not you, non-lawyer, but when we as the courts sit up there and say, well, the reason why we not letting him out, because he might do this, because he might do that on the charges into which they have. Well, that's like saying, well, if he gets out, he may rape young girls, or he may abuse women, or he may this. These are charges as well. So to me, that's not going to be enough to stick to hold him on when he
let me if I can stop you for a minute. It's in the statute. So all they have to do is make the speculation or the allegation. I'm sorry, they just have to make the allegations. It's in the statute. So they're going to go by the statute. They're going to...
the statute. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that seems like, to me, that's automatically, that's not the presumption of innocence.
No, it's not. I agree with you.
You are medically guilty. You have to prove that you won't do it.
I agree with Spitting Fire 100%, because it is said that you are innocent until proven guilty, right? But they're holding this man based on speculation, things that they are not factual, right? And I don't know when it becomes the norm for us to afraid of what's beyond the door before we open the door. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, listen. This is the thing. So he's already gone before the judge. He's already proven that his health is at risk. They don't care about that. They absolutely don't care about his health.
Right.
So you got to do something different.
Right.
You got to do something different. And that's the only thing that I can think of that's going to be different. And the things that I suggested doesn't have to be exactly what he presents before the judge, but what he has to present before the judge, or what I would do, right? What I would do if I was in that situation, I would put a plan before the judge that's so solid that there's no way that she could deny it.
Well, here's the thing. This judge has denied every motion, even the small motions, the big motions, or anything. She's already had her mind set up. So even if you do something that is completely solid, when you have somebody that already has their mind made up, that's just what it is. What it is she should have recused herself from the beginning when there was a conflict of interest with her daughter. See, I noticed that with justice, see, here's the thing. When on my channel, I always try to sit up there and explain to people, and I'm not a lawyer either, but I did take some business law classes, and I'm just telling people. So
I ain't took no classes. I'm just telling everybody.
What I have, and then here's the thing. It's really simple. And the symbol of justice and what we see that justice is supposed to be blind, it says everything about the court system. When you see that 2 scale and you see that lady that's blindfolded, it says everything about the court system. It says that if you hold 2 hands out, they can be representing the scale, and the judge represents the person that's supposed to be blind. Now, you have 2 arguments. You have the defense and you have the prosecutor. Okay? Not saying that everything's going to be 50-50. Not saying everything will be 60-40. But when you have a judge and they hearing all these motions and all they're citing is with the prosecutor, that's biased. Because you're saying that there's nothing good in the defense. There's nothing solid. So you automatically ruled in this case when there's just absolutely nothing. You know, not a one win on they half that they won when they put a motion in on R. Kelly's behalf. That there is a problem. That's business law. That's law 101. That's a problem. Even in Jeffrey Dahmer's case, the defense won some motion. It's just that this is not how it's supposed to go. And so when we have injustice that is blatantly in our face like this, that's something to be concerned about.
I totally agree with you, because even with this last motion, the prosecution went out and they investigate what was being put forward, come back and find out that everything was 100% legit. No lie was told in that motion. And they say, yes, there is a COVID infected person that was taken out of that facility. And at some point in time, I would expect this judge to come down with some compassion and say, hey, this man just gone through surgery. This man has a compromised health. So make some arrangement to put him in in a facility where is somewhat safe from catching this disease or something of the sort. But you got to understand that this judge is not with the defense at all, because at no point in time the defense even get 10% of a chance to stand for something.
So, and that's my point. This is exactly my point. Court isn't fair. A lot of people think it's fair and it's an even kind of like a even scale. It's not, right? So basically, my personal opinion, I don't think going to court and saying that I'm sick or there's a chance that I may die, I don't think that's a good motion or a good approach, because they don't care about you. Their whole goal is to destroy you. So why would they let you out because you're sick or you're going to die? They want you to be sick. They want you to die. The more pain and suffering you go through, the happier they're going to be. So I think what you have to do is give them a compelling reason to let you out. And if you give them a compelling reason, then they're going to basically look biased. They already look biased, but
they look biased because basically how they look to me is like, you know what? I'd rather you die there than prove you're innocent. That's how it comes across to me right now.
Agreed. But if you go before a judge and you basically put a rock solid plan together, well, when I get out, there will be a police escort from 6 a.m. to 4 a.m. At 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. At 4 p.m., I'm going to go and I'm going to, go and basically live in this halfway house where there'll be guards, security guards, or law enforcement agents, right? Something like that. That's an extreme plan, but you have to put a plan before the judge so that they can't deny you. If your plan is solid, you can't be denied. I mean, they can deny you, but they're going to look really crazy if they deny something.
Hold up, brother. I hear what you're saying, and that is going extreme. That is going above and beyond. Look here. This is a racial war. Powerful black men are being targeted. Look at that 82-year-old blind Bill Cosby, right? They have him inside there, but a guy that was basically an informant to the federal government, 20-something years old, he can go home with his girlfriend. But you won't send an 82-year-old blind man home? I wonder if he was of a different ethnic background, if that would be so.
Absolutely. I'm with you 100% on that, because one of the problems that with the health issue, with the non you're speaking of, if we have a pandemic going on, that is no fault of anyone in the United States, even the ones that are incarcerated. I don't know what more it should be a reason. Even the people who are head over the prison even spoke out about some prisoners being released. So when this judge refused to let him out because of this pandemic with COVID, and he's only detained pending trial, that speaks volume on the bias and racism that's going on in our court system, and not to mention that she already has her mind made up. See,
exactly.
Coronavirus ain't got nothing to do with R. Kelly or anybody else. But we all can die. So many people, half the nation almost died from this mess. And now you got him confined with people when it's supposed to be social distancing, and he's not even been convicted of anything. The health issue is the only thing that really matters for him to be released.
Well, you have to listen to what's going on. So Pico Benz just pointed out it's a racism bias thing. You're pointing out it's a racism bias thing. And Marcus Garvey was the victim of racism and bias, right? So that's not a secret. Everybody knows the court system can be racist, it's biased, and and a lot of times they are out to destroy a black man. Everybody knows that, right? So with that said, they're not going to let you out when they want to kill you and destroy you anyway. It's just not. So right. Going to them and saying, I'm sick, I'm hurt, I may catch a disease is not a good approach. The best approach is to put some type of plan together where you can prove that there's little to no risk of violating those two areas, the risk of minor children and the witness tampering. And go ahead.
If I'm hearing you correctly, non-lawyer, basically, as a man that's supposed to be free and innocent, I'm supposed to be buying my innocence and my freedom.
Say that one more time.
As a man that is supposed to be free and innocent, because I'm innocent until I'm proven guilty in a court of law. So you are telling me I should, in the case of R. Kelly, I should be paying and buying my freedom at this time in order to be out of that facility. That's not fair.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, the legal system is, in my opinion, the legal system is not fair. I think if he basically pays for a police escort, if he can afford to pay for a police escort 24 hours, that would be good because then he can go wherever he wants to go and do what he wants to do. And he's
well, they're not going to let him have he is going to have a monitor. If they're not going to let him out on a monitor, they don't want him out, period.
But well, hold on a second. A monitor. When you say a monitor, you mean like a ankle bracelet?
Yeah.
That's different. That's totally different because with the ankle bracelet, you're confined to your home. With a police escort, they're going to be there, and basically there's some you offer the court some assurance that you're not going to have inappropriate phone calls, you're not going to go places you're not supposed to be going, so on and so forth.
But non-liar, let me ask you this though. Before we go there, let's go here. What gives the court any reason to feel as if this man is a flight risk, that this man is a threat to society, that this man can be trusted to stay home, mind his own business, prepare for his trial the way a client or a person that is accused supposed to be preparing for the trial. No, they have this man in a facility where every time he makes a phone call, it has been recorded. Now, how can they strategize and put their plans together without the defense knowing what exactly is going on? Where's the fairness in that?
Well, I mean, he can obviously meet with his lawyer without anyone being around, right? So he can't be denied that. But look, nothing in this is fair. And you have to understand they can do whatever they want to do. And the only way you can basically stop them is by trying to go through a bunch of legal red tape, and maybe 20, 30 years later, you'll find justice. But, by then you might be dead or sick or whatever. So you just have to understand the court system can literally do whatever it wants to do. And they just use words of art to basically justify what they want to do.
This is how I feel, man. I am not a born American citizen. I'm a naturalized citizen, but this is how I feel. America treats their own worse than they treat the ones that is not their own.
That's facts.
If they heard that somewhere in the Middle East, some inhumane activities were taking place, they would fly a whole squad down there, and they would want to stop that right in its tracks. Why we have our born American citizen that is not been proved guilty in a situation that is less than sanitary, because prison system is not sanitary, okay? You might have somebody hit that old black maybe 2-3 days ago, not coming back till they feel like. And even when they come back, they're not doing a good job. We're talking about a man that just has surgery, right? He got open wound. I mean, he can pick up anything along the way. And the politicians sit back and they let an American born been treated this way. They never do that to Manuel Noriega. They went to Panama and they go back for him flying first class back. He asked for his meal, they gave it to him. Okay? So if we can treat the outsiders so well, why can't we treat our own better? That is the message we need to be sending.
I agree with you. I agree with you with that 100%. But one of the things we do, we know that the court system is not fair. We know that life is not even fair. But the issue is the court system is beyond not fair. It's corrupt. Anytime you have these women liberations movements infiltrate the court system and decide what men get out and what men don't, what men go to jail, what men don't, and that we can convict on belief, not evidence, but strictly belief, only because we permit the narrative believe women, as if men are not truth tellers at all. I mean, everyone has told a lie once upon a time or another. So my thing is, that's the problem I have with this. And these judges, the ones that convicted the men into which we're talking about when it comes to R. Kelly and when it comes to Bill Cosby, are the ones that have conflicting interests. That is the problem that I'm having with this whole situation. With Bill Cosby, the wife is out there marching with the Me Too movement. with R. Kelly. The judge, the daughter, and everyone is connected. That is beyond unfairness. That there is a system that has been taken over and corrupt by the women liberation movement. And that's something that has to be addressed. So this is not about me worrying about the court system is fair. As I mentioned when I explained the scale, it doesn't have to be fair. It's never probably going to be fair. It's never like she's going to let them win 5 motions and let them win 5 motions. No, I understand that. But when we have a system that has been infiltrated, that is a problem. If we sit up and allow these people to sit up and say, okay, well, they convicted on a belief, but, you know, the system is not fair, that is a problem. We need to sit up there and support evidence to be admitted, and the jury has to sit up there and deliberate on the evidence itself. When you have judges that are not instructing the jury to do so when they deliberate, that's going to be a problem for men in general, especially with this Me Too time's up. That's all I have to say.
Well, since I'm gonna take it here, and I'm just gonna put it where it need to be. The court system has always been corrupt. That's the biggest bank in the world, and I've been showing it. I've been expressing it. At the end of the day, yes, the Me Too movement might have a voice, but one thing that you didn't mention this time that you always mention, Spitting Fire, is they also have the cost to pay to be the voice. And that's what's going on. They are backsliding and greasing these so-called judges, and they're making these judges feel as though, okay, I can get a separate pay time off of y'all paying me to go ahead and just rule on top of me getting paid illegally off of the illegal bonds that's being brought before me. So at the end of the day, just like I said about 20 minutes ago, the only way you can hold these judges accountable is you have to get their oath of office. Their oath of office has to be put on public record. Once that's put on public record, they cannot deviate from that oath of office. That oath of office clearly states that you have to uphold and you have to take care of the citizen first. Nothing else matters. What I also find Ann Donnelly been doing, she's been practicing from the bench, which is also a felony to the point where it all depends how bad they can prove it, but as she practicing from the bench, that it could cost her life. And because now she has gone this route when it comes to Robert Kelly, we can't hold up now. And we can't just say, oh no, the Me Too movement. Man, fuck the Me Too movement. Let's go to the whole source. And the whole source is these bias-ass judges that ain't doing shit but getting paid and fucking over people.
Dana, hold on. See, man,
I agree with Dana. I agree with Dana 100%. Because
Dana,
when you...
Go ahead.
Let's say this real quick, non-lawyer. I agree with Dana. You got to hold the judges accountable, because when they can just do things based on their discretion, they are not following law. Okay, we need to hold them to what is law and what is lawful.
All right, so let me comment to you, Pico Benz, because you were the ladies, and I hope I don't forget what I was going to say to Dana. Judges have discretion. Judges have a lot of discretion, and you can't hold a judge accountable. You can't sue a judge. You can't file any litigation against a judge. A judge can be what's the word I want to use? A judge can be a complete ass, and there's nothing you can do about it. You are at the judge's complete mercy. Right. And if you don't believe me, I can give you case law that basically says they can do anything they want to do, and they cannot be. You can't even sue them, right? So with that said, let me go back to Dana. When we're okay, so hold on a second. You can sue a judge,
right? Because you know I'm about to go there.
Well, hold on a second. You can, but not the way you thinking.
Exactly. No.
Let me speak.
Okay. Go ahead.
If a judge hits you with their car and they do it on purpose, you can sue them. If a judge sees you walking down the street and he just bitch smacks you or smack you in the face, you can sue him.
Right.
But if a judge in his courtroom acts a complete ass and decides to just find you guilty or rule against you, there's nothing you can do. Let me finish. The only thing you can do is appeal.
Yes, you can. That's what they do. You appeal and you ask for a higher court.
But what I'm saying is you can't hold that particular judge accountable. There's things you can do. There's things like you can report the judge. You can maybe blast the judge on social media. Grievances and things like that. But any real action which is like suing the judge, that's really the only, in my opinion, that's the only way to really hold you accountable. You can sue the city or you can sue the county, but you can't sue that particular judge. So I guess in essence, show me case law. Show me case law. And that's why I'm trying to come back to you, Dana.
Right.
I love you. I don't know you, but I love you as a brother. Right. So I want to make sure you know everything that I'm saying.
And I'm
it's
looking
not
for
directed towards, any hate or animosity. I love you like a brother, but you cannot sue a judge. The oath of office is important, but it's not going to give you any ability to basically check the judge or punish the judge or anything like that. What's the other one you said? You spoke about the oath of office, and practicing law behind the bench is actually a misnomer. It's actually
from the bench.
Yeah, that's actually a misnomer. There's no case law that basically supports that. So when I like to talk about law, I like to talk about what's already proven. Now, there's always a possibility of doing something new, but you have to recognize it for what it is. No one's ever been held accountable for this. We're doing this new, so we're taking this as a new issue, right? I think they call it issues of first impression, right? But if you're talking about something where they've been held accountable in the past for the oath of office, show me case law. If you can show me case law where they have been held accountable for practicing law from the bench, show me case law, right? If you can show that, then we'll take it. But from my go ahead.
One course of action I know that can be taken right now with this judge right here. It is being said that this judge is operating and she is possible conflict of interest. So the defense could actually ask for the judge to be recused, a recusal of this judge.
So let me say something. So I don't know the details of that, but there's two ways to get there's an art of getting rid of judges. The first thing you can do, if this is a judge you're coming across for the first time, you got to do research on her. So social media hasn't caught up to judges. You got to do research on the judge that you're going before. And you do the research and you figure out this judge is not going to be a good judge for you, for your case, then you can get rid of any judge you want. You get like a one card that you can play to get rid of any judge. And you can use it one time. So you can use that. And then there is the recusal card. But the recusal card is really hard to play because it's really hard to prove bias. So I don't know the details of the recusal. Go ahead and tell me what the details of bias or conflict of interest.
No, lawyer. I'm gonna jump in it real quick. Look up the case law of Ehrlich versus Butler, case number 09-7.
You got the case screen share. You got a screen share button, Playboy.
Hold on. Cause I'm just learning how to do this. Hold on.
But non-lawyer, it has been said, right, that this judge, Ann Donnelly, her daughter, was a part of the production team that created the whole production of Surviving R. Kelly. Now, with that being said, we know that nothing good was said in that particular documentary or docuseries about R. Kelly.
Was it proven that she participated in? I believe the judge would have to recuse herself because she has family members that has a
but not everybody, not everyone has the integrity to do the right thing, though.
I mean, but still, it's still good for appeal. Maybe they're choosing not to play that card because they want to reserve something for appeal. So some of these things, I believe, I don't know what lawyers do. You know, I'm not a lawyer, but I think one of the strategies that some lawyers do is that they can see a problem with the case, but they don't push the issue because they want to hold it. And then if they lose, they'll bring it up on appeal. But go ahead, Dana. What you got for us?
Yeah, I'm trying to screen share it, but I don't see it coming up.
I see it. I don't.
It's
yeah,
screen sharing for us, and only part of it is screen sharing for YouTube. Period. So we can see it in Zoom.
I can see it on the cell phone, but I can't see it on the computer screen.
So what I'm saying is, we can see it through Zoom, through our meeting app.
I can see it,
but the audience can't see it.
Okay, walk us through it, Dana.
Go ahead.
All right, but it say the case of Ehrlich versus Butler, and it got the case number, and it said was a civil case attempting to hold court to the limits. Oh, I can't even. It won't even have me. Let me.
I hate when it happens to me.
Yeah, it's cut off, man.
Damn, I should do that too.
Damn.
Well,
that's right. Just read it to us.
I can see it. I can
see it. Go ahead and go through it. And go.
Yeah, well, so I can only.
Give us what you got.
I can only see parts of it. Yeah.
Give us what you got.
I can see only parts of it, but it say in 11th Judicial District of Illinois, Woodford County, in a civil case, an individual civil and constitution, I guess that's rights behind that, were denied.
Review board.
Who?
It says reviewed by the Judicial Review Board.
No, but I'm not there yet. I'm talking about above that.
Go ahead.
Now he's talking about and constitutional rights were denied as the third judge in the case.
Oh, okay.
Were recused after review by the Judicial Review Board. Did deny multiple requests to have all proceedings recorded. Did state that no motions or petitions as filed by the individual would be heard. Did illegally incarcerate the individual without regard to
habeas corpus.
Habeas corpus. Yes, did knowingly ignore Illinois state statutes and not only violated due process of law, but denied equal protection under the law. Well, would you like me to carry on?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, failure to obtain substantial justice in state courts lead to suits being filed in federal court under Title 42, United States Code Standard 1983.
That's just the case law right there of where the judges were held and they were held accountable and they were prosecuted, if I may act. And then it also say right here. It says,
hold on a second, Dana. Guys, please mute your mics. Go ahead, Dana.
Thank you, non-lawyer.
Right. Then it also say response to denials were motions to reinstate using the constitutional articles as a major guide, along with, and then they cut off and say, along with the judge's oath of office and canons of judicial code of conduct. So basically, even though we don't think that a judge can be reprimanded, but as long as you have that oath of office, they have to go by the oath of office. That's when if they violate their oath of office, and we can't sue them in their public capacity, and we can't bring them charges on their public capacity, and because they can claim the 11th Amendment immunity. But if we sue them privately, if we bring them up on charges privately, they can't assume the 11th Amendment for immunity.
Let me jump in, Dana, because you saying that I got to catch up, and you saying a lot. So basically, yes, the oath of office is important, but going before a judge and saying, "Let me see your oath of office. Give me your oath of office."
Oh no, you can't even talk to the judge about that.
Right, that's not how that works. Basically, the oath of office. What that's saying is that basically he violated the oath of office.
Right.
And the oath of office basically says you're going to uphold the Constitution of the United States.
Right.
So that's what it's talking about. It's saying that he basically violated the Constitution, protection of due process, and equal protection under the law. So what I'm trying to say is basically you can't hold a judge accountable. The oath of office, asking the judge or trying to put the judge on his oath of office is kind of a misnomer. Yeah, you can remind the judge saying, "Well, hey, the Constitution says this, and I have a right to equal right. I mean, I have a right to due process of law and equal protections of the laws. Right? You can remind them, but I wouldn't go before a judge. It's just like talking to a person, right? And it's like me coming to you and say, Dana, look, you ain't doing your job. You need to do your job. If I talk to you that way, you're going to be pissed, and you're probably going to be like, well, screw you. I'm going to, deny you anyway. Go talk to my manager. Bye. You're going to end up in a situation like that, right? So that's what I mean with the whole oath of office situation.
Well, I'm going to say this, non-lawyer. I'm going to show you some personal documents. I was going through a situation about child support, and one judge exonerated me all, but I ain't had no problems. But I got a Georgia, Pennsylvania petition, Georgia. And I had this one judge, I'll never forget it. Her name is Alexandra Manning. And here's her oath of office. It's right here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I had to put this on public record. She violated her oath of office. So I had to take it from magistrate court to family court. From family court, I had to take it to federal court. And from federal court, I'm gonna show you. The chief judge, for the chief judge right there, Cassandra, she signed off on it and made Alexandra Manning recuse herself, and because of the documents that I had shown. From that point, my case was reprimanded back to family court, and it had to be seen before a credible, and that's what they called it. But they said a credible judge, and the judge was made by the chief federal judge to put her oath of office on record. And then from that point, I was able to be tried and held in law as a man, and I came out as a winner.
Well, you know what? Let me say this now.
And I can send you the paperwork if you need me.
Yeah, send me that paperwork. I have a Twitter account.
Send me your email.
Well, I'm not. I need to get a new email address. I have a Twitter account.
Right.
I have a private email address for my channel. I need to fix that. We're not going to get into it right now. But hit me up on Twitter, and I can give it to you. If you hit me up on Twitter, I can give it to you.
Okay.
Let me say this. With what you've just shown me, I'm not convinced that the oath of office is going to change anything. Maybe you have something different. And just generally, yes, the oath of office is just basically a judge's oath that they're going to uphold the Constitution. And you really don't need the oath of office. You really just need the Constitution. You just need to understand what they're violating. And, that's how you hold them accountable. But send me what you have. One thing, the worst thing you can ever do is go into anything with a closed mind.
Right.
So I'm gonna leave my mind open on this oath of office thing.
Right.
And we'll take it from there. But yeah, I want to maybe see what you have, and maybe this is another topic that could be talked on.
Definitely. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that should get out of jail, go collect $200 free card. That's not what I'm saying.
Right.
What I'm saying is it holds the weight where the judge would be like, shit, I want to do this, but my oath of office is out there. It's on public record.
Well, here's the thing. It's really the Constitution. Like, if you know the Constitution and you hold them on the Constitution, right? There's a lot of Constitution protections that keeps a judge from just doing crazy stuff. But yeah, you know what? That's another conversation. I don't want to weigh this meeting down.
But that's a conversation, man. You need to have live.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, you need to do that live, brother.
Don't leave everybody else out. That's a really hot topic.
Cool.
Okay,
So this is the topic. Does the oath of office mean anything? Let's do it. Anyway, let's just move on. Somebody give the mic to somebody else.
Right.
Okay. I just want to say one thing, really.
Passing the gangster ain't saying much of anything.
Oh, Pass the Gangster talking now.
Yeah, I'm talking. So I just want to, since we know that the judge is stepping down, right? How do we approach the new judge? I mean, how do we approach? Okay, I've heard, some people want to reach out to the judge. So how do all of y'all feel about reaching out to the judge.
No.
Stay away from that.
No.
So that's what I want to talk about.
This is how I feel. You're a blogger, stick to blogging. You're a regular Joe, you're a regular Joe. Let the lawyers do what the lawyers do.
Yeah. Let's not do anything that can make the government say they trying to sway the lawyer. But they trying to sway the judge. No, because the first thing the government is going to say is, why are they writing a judge? What are they trying to get the judge to sway in Rob's favor? What is Rob hiding? At the end of the day, I can stand up here until I'm blue in the face and I'm already dark. I can stand up here and say Robert is innocent. I know that because I've been around. But what about the masses that say that nigga guilty? What about all that? All behind Lifetime playing on him. So now what we have to do, honestly, is we have to counter the venom that's been spit out there. And how do you counteract the spit of the venom? And you get the antidote and you go ahead and you start injecting these people with the truth.
Right.
The more you inject these people, the more these people can't help it. Even if they refute it the first time, when they keep handing and keep handing and keep handing. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. A lot of women, and I'm gonna go here. A lot of women that seen Surviving R. Kelly, they didn't sway to the victim or the accuser side because of the video or because of the docuseries. Excuse me. They swayed to that side because they can identify with the lie of the pain that was put out there. Right. And the thing is this, it's just like a movie. Have y'all seen a movie where as though y'all was like, I hate that actor. That actor was, I hate that motherfucker. Because he played his part so good, or she played her part so good. That's what it was. Surviving R. Kelly. It was in plain sight. When our stuff start breaking down, you'll see them look. And they was getting their cue. You'll see them look. They was crying on cue. But a lot of people ain't pick up on that. By me being an actor, I know what's going on. So when you looking like this, it's a cue card that's not being shown. It's a cue card, but that's all you got to do is follow the eyes. Once the eyes look in a certain direction, it's a cue card. Okay, say R. Kelly had did this. Prime example, a Geronda. And she said, Robert, he took my phone, but I will leave. And then I jumped the gate and my uncle was down the street. So I went and got some shoes from my uncle. You're lying. What's the evidence of you not being around your uncle, but all of a sudden, when you feel like leaving, you want to jump a gate that's damn near 11 feet tall. You jump the gate with no shoes, no scars, no twisted ankle, no broken ankle, and you mysteriously went to your uncle's house and got some shoes. Man, miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with it. And the problem was this. Lifetime didn't want nobody to speak good for Robert Kelly. Ask me how I know. I was talking to Sudi. Sudi told me, Dana, your story about R. Kelly will not fit what we got going on. And that's after she called me and said, well, Dana, they say that you would really be a good person. I said, Sudi, no joke. I know how y'all act. I know how the cameras are. I know how y'all chop it. These are the credentials that I would need. I need my own camera crew, and I need to bring evidence so I can show on TV. And she said, Dana, that'd be a little bit too much. Let's keep it 100. It's a whole, I'm gonna say this. This is an orchestrated objective that was sent and planned out. And it wasn't by nobody mediocre that we can reach. This is coming from the upper echelon of the devils. It's a reason why they won't let R. Kelly out. And the reason is not these females. The reason is, what is the funding on the catalog? That's the question.
So, I've heard this theory several times. And the one thing I'm not understanding about this theory is doesn't the catalog lose value if he's not continuing to contribute to it?
No.
And that's the first question. And doesn't it lose value if he's demonized?
No. What happened is your catalog matures every 5 years. When he got locked up, his catalog took a hit, and because it started boosting sales, and it went from 0.00010 to $2.49. Meaning that this is the way they put it, meaning that every stream was 0.00010, which is 10 cents on a dollar. Well, when he got locked up, it jumped to $2.49 on a dollar. So basically,
essentially, what you're saying is that the value of his catalog increased since all this started.
Right, it matured.
Wow.
And it said that when Surviving R. Kelly came out, you know what I'm saying? They said that his videos and music spiked. So, you know what I mean? I don't know about the theory. I just know that, this is a lot of injustice to sit up here and swallow. And this is a lot of reason why people need to get involved.
I mean, but
not just because it's a celebrity, but because it can happen to anybody.
Well, let me tell you what I think. If it happens to me, I know I'm ass out because half the people I know don't like me, and I don't kiss ass.
Man, that part right there.
I ain't even gonna lie to you.
That part right there.
You'll get that, especially when you stand strong in your belief, boy. They will really get at you.
And so I guess what I'm trying to say is that if it happens to like the average Joe Blow, it's over.
No, well, I'm gonna say this: for the average Joe Blow, it wouldn't happen in this fashion because you really don't have what they after. At the end of the day, the music industry was built on the same thing that Turtle Island was built on: lies, cheating, stealing, crooks. If R. Kelly, here's the major problem. If R. Kelly would have never said, "I'm going after my masters," R. Kelly wouldn't be in jail. I'm just going to keep it a buck.
That part.
However, when he said he won his masters, people don't realize that if he was to ever obtain half of his masters, he will be the most powerful man in music industry ever.
Now, let me interject right here. Because one of the problems that I have with this theory, the first problem you already addressed was that the value of his portfolio was diminished, right? And you already addressed that. The other problem that I have with that theory...
No, it wasn't diminished. But it wasn't
right,
diminished.
and I said you already addressed that. You already said it increased.
Right.
So the other problem that I have is that he can't get his masters because those contracts are so airtight that basically once you agree to basically be an employee, I don't really know the legal jargon of these contracts. I'm just going to say that up front. But from what I've seen, once you agree to basically work for somebody and you're giving them all rights to the actual the intellectual property, it's over. You can never get that because you get
not
you
true.
That up. Okay, explain that to me. Explain
true,
to us from a legal perspective, because very few people have done it. I think. I think there were a lot of artists back in the 50s and the 60s where racism came in play.
Prince did it. Prince did it.
Did he actually do it? Because from my understanding, he had to change his name.
He changed his name and for 18 months, and that was part of the agreement. He can get his masters, but he had to change his name for 18 months because the argument in court was if he changed his name, his sales wouldn't go nowhere. Well, that's another one whose sales spiked up. Mysteriously, on the year that his sales was supposed to mature on a Purple Rain album, the day that his Purple Rain album matured is the day they found him in the elevator dead. But I'm gonna go here as far as R. Kelly though.
So hold on a second. Let's stick with this theory or this conversation about getting your masters, because let's look at Lil Wayne and what's that guy's name? Baby, is that what they call him?
Yeah.
That wasn't that whole problem. I think he basically had to give up an arm and leg to get, free from the contract.
Right. And the thing is that if you don't know, or if you have a lawyer who don't know what's really going on, then you're gonna get taken around the ringer. But let's go here though, because you asked, how can R. Kelly get his? R. Kelly is the easiest part of them all. That's why they have to lock him up.
So how can he get it? So let's pretend that he never got locked up. How would he get in his masters? I want to hear it.
Check it, because he was actually on the road to getting his masters. However, this is what happened. In order for him to get his masters, yes, he would have to go to court. But then here's the thing. If you can't read and write, how are you going to understand a contract?
You're right. So in order for a contract to be valid, oh, God damn. Look, check it out. I don't know why I didn't catch this. In order for a contract to be valid, there has to be a, number one, offer, and then there has to be an acceptance, and there has to be a meeting of the minds.
That, right? You know what? Non-lawyer, you on it. And the thing is, that's contract law. Right. If you can't read and write, there can't be a meeting of the mind.
Right. That's called consideration in business terms.
It's called contract law, spit and fire. Consideration.
Damn.
At the end of the day, you can't have a meeting of the minds by telling somebody what's in a contract. They have to understand. And then on top of that, if they don't understand, then that means that they overstand. And if they don't overstand or understand, how can it be a case?
God damn. I just found my next topic. Man, I done got 2-3 topics fucking with y'all.
You know what I mean?
So we got the oath of office, and we got the, getting the masters. I don't know what to call it, but how R. Kelly could have gotten his masters. Because I think a lot of times when people talk about he's going after his masters, a lot of people don't connect the dots. Me, to be honest with you, I never connected the dots until you said what you said. Then
I'm gonna ask you this question, non-lawyer. What is the? How can I put this? What is the real legal standing of? I mean, not legal standing, but what is the real case of R. Kelly going to get his masters without going through something and becoming the most powerful man of color in the world? When he got his own Quincy Jones, he got his own. He got folks that had to dictate to him what to do. They don't want to see him get that, because if he get, like I said, if he even get half of his masters, he then turns into what Quincy Jones is to music. Quincy Jones is the godfather after James Brown, but Quincy Jones is really the godfather of music contracts. Well, if R. Kelly get at 50% of his masters back, Quincy Jones got to answer to him. Clive Davis got to answer to him. Leo Cohen got to answer to him. They ain't trying to do that shit. And you got billionaires, but I got to say...
Hey, Dana, you know what? I might be quiet if I was you, man. They may come after you.
Man, look, I've already been targeted, bro. Look on YouTube, baby. I've already been targeted.
But before we know it, we gonna see Surviving Dana Jackson.
You know what I'm saying? Bruh. Bruh. When I say that, a lot of people ain't built for this, bro. I'm built for stuff. I'm not going nowhere. Honestly, this is what I really want to do, though. I want to do something that nobody else ever did. I want to wait into one of the presidential debates going on and walk up on that stand and say, how can y'all help with the injustice of people? And then walk off. I'll get handcuffed. As long as that question is put out there, and make everybody think.
You'll never get a chance. Hey, Pastor, can you guys get your mic?
Oh yeah, I want to throw something in there real quick though, because I seen something in the chat.
Go for it.
So someone, she's a blogger. Hollywood Net. She's in the chat. She stated that she doesn't believe that it's about the masters. How do y'all feel about that?
Watch this. This is how you kill all that. Without the masters being present, what do you have to even fuck with him for? I'll wait.
No, that's good enough.
There's always a ceiling to an underlying issue. The underlying issue is these females surviving R. Kelly a pedophile, R. Kelly this and that. The overlying issue is this. If we get him here, we can take that there. And that's the thing. If we hold him here, we can take it there. Just like Bill Cosby. People don't know about Bill Cosby. Think about it. They killed that man's son in front of him. The minute he said, I'm going to buy NBC, but they said, and we're going to kill your son. But they killed his son, and they said, just go ahead and buy, Bill. He said, no, I'm going to buy NBC, and I'm going to fire all the white folks and make sure everybody that's in broadcasting that's of color have a job. But they said, this man crazy. So then they start working. Like, man, we don't know what we can do. And then he came back out again and said, I'm going to buy NBC, and I'm going to open up jobs. This way he messed up at. And I'm about to bring the reboot of The Cosby Show. Wait a minute. Not only are you going to buy our goddamn station, but now you're going to try to put back what we're trying to stop. Right. And that's family gathering. Right. Man, people don't know about Bill Cosby. We love Cliff Huxtable. We don't know about Bill Cosby personally, but we know about the Jello Pudding Pop Man. That's who we love.
Dana, you're a deep motherfucker, man. I gotta give it to you.
Okay, very passionate.
Oh my God.
Hey, lawyer, I apologize, man.
No, it's all good. No, you good. So I think I agree with you. I think Bill Cosby's mistake was trying to buy NBC. He could have done the same or better just by starting his own.
No, actually, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. His biggest mistake was revealing his plans in the public.
Wait a minute, hold up. I mean, it was a question for everyone to answer. About how they feel if the masters have anything to do with this trial.
Masters has everything. Masters has everything to do with it. People who ain't paying attention, I guess they not paying attention. But this is coming from a higher up. The minions are the lifetime. I have to mute you. The minions are the people that are put into place to bring R. Kelly down.
This is my thing. I'm not a theorist. I'm a realist.
Right.
I can't say it have anything to do with the masters because that I just don't know.
Right.
What I know it has to do with is when Tim started to jump in front of cameras and said, he has my daughter, he holds my daughter hostage, and he has a bunch of girls, and he has a sex cult. That's what I know brought him to this, the battle that he's been facing right now, right? So the masters can be, I don't know, I don't have any evidence of that, but what I do know, I've seen Tim Savage for months jumping in front of cameras, holding press conference. His daughter has been held hostage, and he has hard evidence that is not only his daughter, but it was at least 5 girls that was supposed to be tied up into a basement. So that's where all hell breaks loose.
Now, Pico, I'ma hold you accountable right here for a second. I agree with you as that being a part of it. But let's go here. We're not talking about a regular person. We talking about the god of R&B. Not the king, but the god of R&B, right? But now check it. Wait a minute, Spin Five. Hush, hold on. So the thing is this. even though a regular man is jumping out there saying, he got my daughter, the first question to him was, how old is your daughter? Oh, she's 20. She's legal. Next. Here's where the problem is, and this is not something I was told. This is something that I know. Surviving R. Kelly wouldn't have came about if they didn't have an underage looking, of age female that looked underage who became the star of it indirectly. Now, here's where the meeting meets the fan. All of the stories were told by Asante McGee. Tamara Simmons orchestrated everything for a whole year and gave everybody narratives because she got fired. Let's go here. Without Azriel, do you have Surviving R. Kelly? Ask yourself that. And I'm going to tell you the answer. No. Why? None of them look young. They needed the look to go along with the narrative. She still looked like she's 15 now. Oh. So let's keep it a buck. Without Azriel, and you don't have none of this.
But Azriel was a part of the case at the beginning. So
watch this. I think why do you think she threw herself into the case? Why do you think everybody start jumping and saying, R. Kelly's a monster?
All right.
She looked
This is what I say. She threw herself into the case because from the jump, I see. This is one thing I didn't really want to say, but because you asked, I'm going to say it.
Come on, Pico, shoot it.
And that part is an extortion tactics. Okay, you're not going to give me what I want, then I'm going to go here. That's what that is all about.
I agree with you. I have not yet said, Pico, you're wrong. But what I'm saying is,
the mouthful.
But what I'm saying is, look at the layers of what's going on. It's layers to this. And when people stop looking at the surface level and look at the big level, this is not about nothing else except for masters and the money that's owed to R. Kelly.
Okay, Dana, you finish.
Dana, I mean, I don't know. You might know something that the rest of us on this panel don't know. But I cannot talk about things that I cannot see. That's just me. I talk about things that I see. You know, first it was the 2002 trial. Okay, what brought that about? Sparkle didn't get what she wanted, so she
greed and jealousy.
Basically done up something with Dear Goddess guy, get a tape together and say, hey, this is my niece. From what I have gathered, the father, the mother, the child herself said, hey, that's not me. Okay? They get a whole host of people to say, yes, I play basketball with her. Yes, I used to coach her. Yes, I used to go to Sunday school with her. She said it was not me. Based on that case was easy though, because the accuser said, I am not that person. So therefore, the prosecution could not find any case to present to prosecute. They tried, but it didn't work. But now we're talking from 2015 come up to here 2020. And what I've seen is a slew of people came out of the woodwork saying, oh yeah, he did that to me. And R. Kelly said one thing on Gayle King that I'm like, bing, 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 bing. He said, for you to start a rumor on a guy like me, all you have to do is go say, yeah, he did this on Twitter or Facebook or somewhere, and then, hey, it's a money grab. So my daughter and her friends and her friend is gonna say, oh, I see him too, because I had a girl. I was on vacation.
Pico.
And a girl tried to say to me, oh yeah, I used to live next door to R. Kelly, and he used to stand in his window in his underpants. I said, where R. Kelly live?
Pico.
Oh, he used to live in California. Pico. I don't know if that is true. The only two places I know R. Kelly lived was Chicago and Atlanta. I don't know of him residing in California.
Watch this, Pico.
I don't know.
Everything that you said You said everything I said in a short up roundabout way. But we basically saying the same thing. It's a money grab, but what type of money grab? In order for this to go down, for the federal government to spend millions and billions of dollars, it has to be a recoup of billions of dollars somewhere. Exactly. So for the people who say it's not about the masters, okay, without the masters, you don't have R. Kelly. So
well, hold on a second. Let's talk about that for a second.
Okay.
I just want to interject. I don't want to interrupt your flow of thought.
No, go ahead.
Basically, the federal government takes money. You know that, right?
Right.
So if they win, they're going to take all the assets. But go ahead and continue with your.
That's what I was about to say. They have to recoup something because they putting out. So by them putting out, they're recouping on top of them earning extra money by him sitting in jail. Every day that he's in jail, that's $3,472 a day.
Right. And the other thing is that, of course, the taxpayers pay for some of this too, right? So, but go ahead.
So my lawyer. Oh, I won't go there with you right now. But I know this is not the plan. This is not the way. Oh, you know what? We gotta have a part 2, brother. Oh, we gotta.
Keisha, do you have his email address?
I have everything y'all need because I wanted
make sure you forward him my email address.
Initially, Dana wasn't part of this panel, but when he messaged me, I'm like, bet, because y'all need to be on the same platform. Because y'all, yes,
man, I love. Knowledge, because
this is what I have, boy. I have an appeal.
Subscribe to him. Y'all gotta subscribe to him. Got to subscribe to him. I met non-lawyer.
I'm definitely gonna subscribe to him.
Yes.
I have an appeal. That I would like to make now.
Yes,
okay.
He's got great content.
See, I want for us as men,
to
come together. Not just for the freedom of R. Kelly, but for the freedom of justice.
Men, period. Black men.
For men. Yes. Because, look here, I have a 15-year-old boy at home, right?
Okay.
And I might not be around when he's, 20, 30 years old. But I want to know that the system is going to be solid where a woman can just look at him and say, hey, he raped me yesterday. So as men, we need to take a stand so we can go to our representative, our councilman, congressman, whatever, and say, hey, we need these laws to be rewritten.
Question, Pico. If that's the case, right? Let's go here. I'm not going to say how, because it's easy for us to get together and change laws. But here's the question that they're going to ask, meaning the people that make the law. Why should we change the law for y'all when the law was never meant to be for y'all? It was always to be against us.
Right.
Good question. But we need to stand up now, because you got to understand they need us, It's not like they can do without us. They need us. So we need to bring our value, put our value forward so that they know that we made our contribution to society.
Well, I'm going to say this, Pico, and a lot of females that's watching this might hate me. They might unsubscribe from me from this point, but I have to make it known.
Don't do it.
But I have to make it known. And here it is. In order for the men to have their rightful place in this world, you have to destroy Title 4D loans. In other words, if people don't know what I'm talking about, you got to get rid of that child support system.
I bet you would want that.
I'm just saying.
Hey, Dana, look.
This is where I stand on that, though. This is where I stand on that.
Look, Dana.
It definitely made the break.
This is where I stand on that.
I'm just saying. And because that's what destroyed the home.
Hear me out. This is where I stand on that. And when I speak a war, you just say a whole lot of females gonna get ticked off about you. A whole lot of male is gonna basically take away my man card. If we as men stand up for our seed, then we won't have a child support issue against us. We make these kids, we need to stand with them and do what is right.
Exactly.
Wait. All right, hold on a second. Look, hold on a second. Look, let me speak. You know what, Dana? Look, you trying to defend us. You're trying to defeat something that's never going to happen. You're never going to get rid of that. So I think the best way to deal with that is to make it fair.
Absolutely.
Make it so it's mandatory joint custody. Mandatory 50-50.
Right.
They have them for 2 years, then you have them for 2 years. And then there's a base amount that each person pays the other person, and for the period of time that they don't have the kid. And that's the best.
Wait a minute. Wait.
I'm against child support altogether, and I'm a mom who put somebody in child support for $150 a month. It just is separate families.
Wait. Child support definitely separate families. So here's my thing. And I'm sorry because this is an adult form. If you making a baby in private, that means you and the female and you have to nut. So therefore, if you're making a baby in private, you shouldn't need nobody to make you pay a certain amount. You should take care of that baby equally in private. I do not advocate for men that walk away from their seed.
I agree. But as you just pointed out, the system that basically encourage women to basically go and basically turn a man in so that they can get these benefits. There's too much of incentive. They're going to get government housing. They're going to get government services like food stamps. They're going to get Medicare if they can't afford it. There's too much of an incentive, right? And then not to mention, like if you're a female, you end up getting pregnant by someone who makes 120 or 130 a year, you're good because that means you're going to work the minimum, and you get 2 or 3 of those, you're good. You're going to be getting something like $1,200, $1,500 a month.
Let me say this. We gone too far. We went too far already. This is my thing. I make a calculated effort to lie down with her. If I didn't want a child with her, contraceptive. Okay?
Exactly.
The fact that I went there, and I allow myself to orgasm inside her and bring forth a child, it is now my manly responsibility to stand up with her 50-50.
But see, here's the thing.
Wait. Kurt has been trying to speak for like 20 minutes.
Here's one of the issues. One of the issues is this. Is that this? Here we go with the injustices again. Because if the situation was turned and the men had custody of the kids, will the woman have to pay the same way? Will the man be able to get all the incentives that the woman would get if he was a single father?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
The money.
Right now
so these are the issues that we have to also think about when we talk about these type of things as well.
Go ahead, Kurt.
I just think
first of all, the laws, as far as like the child support and everything goes toward the women for the most part, in the sense that they can have an abortion. The man cannot. They have no say in it.
That's why I use that condom.
So in that sense, when it comes to child support anyway, child support's more than money anyway. Like, people need to understand that. It's way more than money. It's commitment, it's time, it's all those things. But if a man doesn't want to do that, you can't force him to do that. I don't care how much money you take from him, because it's debtor's prison anyway.
Well, Curtis, here's my thing.
The child support takes money out of, child support is a financial thing. It don't put nobody in this child's life. You know what I mean? And that's the problem. Children need people in their lives. They don't, by taking somebody and saying, hey, you got to pay this amount of money every month to this female, and if you don't, you go to jail. That's doing more harm to the child than helping the child. The child no longer has connection with the father. The father no longer wants to be around the mom or the child, because now he got locked up, or he got a warrant for his motherfucking arrest. It's a fucking, it's a foul system, and it's hooked up for African American men.
That's the whole point of child support system.
It's designed for African American men to fail. That's what it is.
That's the whole point of the Title 4D loans.
I can't stand
that include, but the Title 4D loans, let me break it down to you. But the Title 4D loans is the loans that undercuts the Social Security Administration loan. That's all it is.
So let me say this.
Watch this. We find that more black men has been put on child support more than any other any other race.
They have. That's true.
Right?
They have abortion.
Why?
They
Because
hold
they
that over
find
God.
more black
Dirty.
men idolizing things like their car rims, their car, and stuff like that. Black men, when it comes down to money, they don't know how to spend it. They don't know how to put their priorities in order. And until we as black men start to prioritize in a way that we think family first and everything else after, then we won't find so many of us be under child support.
Hey, Pico Beans, let me get in here. Hey, Curtis, you got to mute your mic, bro.
We wasn't raised like that.
Oh my God.
We was raised to separate from our families. Our families used to get took and dragged out of our houses. The women would get raped, taken and dragged out of the house and get raped, and then go throw them back in the house.
Exactly.
So the separation of households in the black community.
So that is why I'm appealing. So that is why I'm appealing to all these men, for us as men to come together, and we not only want to change law, but we want to change the way we think as men, because we can't be idolizing everything else, but our family is on the back burner. We want to put family first and everything else come after. Right? Now, I'm a man, and I could have 15, 20 kids, because all my friends have 15, 20 kids, but that's not my objective.
All your friends
that's
got
not
15, 20 kids?
Boss, I'm a Jamaican.
15, 20 kids, shut up.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, hold on a second. African Americans used to have 15, 20 kids. Everybody used to do that back then.
We have trips and stuff.
I'm a Jamaican man. Okay? This is Gucci will tell you. This is the norm for you to have 10, 15 kids as a Jamaican male. But me, I know that I cannot physically and mentally father a child that has children from multiple. I cannot do it. So because I want to give my child that one-on-one, I only have one. And for this moment, I don't want another. Because if I'm going to get one more and it's not with the same female, then I just can't do it. Because I can't have one here and one there. It just can't happen. I was a product of that environment, and I don't want to recreate that environment.
Okay, look, let me get in here, guys. So look, this is the thing. You're never going to. Okay, so here's the thing with child support from a government perspective. When you go to the concept of, and you know what, Dana, you wrong for this, because this live done went 2 hours.
Always.
You wrong for this, man. Look, so we need to actually have another meeting, and we need to just. And I told Passionate Gangster this. You guys got to cap these sessions, because I can't do 2 or 3 hours.
Man, I can give you 8 hours straight, brother.
I see. I'm not going to do that. But look, let's look at child support from a government perspective, and you'll understand why the government does need some type of system. And it's just that they've gone about it the wrong way. And the way you get to the government perspective is that you ask yourself, do you, Dana Jackson, want to pay for somebody else's kids?
Exactly. See?
Right? On the same token, you can't allow people in your community to have kids in the street hungry and not being taken care of. You can't allow that, because the burden shifts to you. There's a socialistic part of our society, in the American society. We basically get food stamps. We have public housing. So there's a social aspect of taking care of that man that's down, right? So from that perspective, you really want to have a system whereby you can come up with money to take care of people. And I think with children particularly. And I think child support is what they came up with. Unfortunately, there's a lot of racism and bias in the system. I hear you, Pico Benz, from your perspective, but I think you're not looking at the racism and the bias in the system, because there's tons of men that want to take care of their children. But as Keisha already pointed out, they don't get the opportunity to, because they have other people coming into their business trying to run their own personal affairs before they even get the opportunity to do. The child support system, as it stands now, gives too much incentive for black women or even poor white women to go to the government and say, you know what, screw him. I'm going to go over here and get these benefits. Or if they get upset, they go and run the government. So the way you deal with this is to have a default 50-50 system whereby the father gets physical custody 2 years, and then the mother gets physical custody 2 years, or vice versa. And then let me finish, Pico Benz. And then what happens, because I know what you're gonna say. And then what happens, there's a base amount of support that has to be paid. They both pay it when they don't have custody of the children. And this eliminates any incentive, and both parents are eligible for all the government programs that the other parent is eligible for. This eliminates the government's incentive to have women to come in. Now, Pico Benz, you're probably going to say, what about the fathers that don't want to participate? Well, for people,
no, that's not what I'm going to say. This is what
let me just say this.
I was going to say that.
Let me say this before we move forward. For the fathers who don't want to participate, fine, you don't have to. Then the mother gets 100% physical custody of the child, and you pay the max in child support. So there are some people out there that are breadwinners. They're making $300,000-500,000 a year, or maybe $1 million a year. They don't have time to basically be a full-time parent, so that's not going to work for them. But let it work for those who it does work for, and for those who it doesn't work for, let them opt out of that system. But go ahead, I'm done.
This is what I'm going to say. That would not work for most people, where you're flipping custody every 2 years.
Well, let me say this. The Constitution, the 14th Amendment, says everyone is entitled to equal protection of the laws. Hold on a second. That basically puts a man and a woman on equal footing. What they're doing now.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I understand that, and that's not what I'm disputing. What I'm disputing is the psychological development of that child. The first 10 years of a child's life, that child needs stability. That means everything in that child's life must remain constant. So flipping here, look here, you're talking about changing school, maybe changing Sunday school, maybe changing where he eats ice cream on Sunday. That's what I'm saying.
Well, it doesn't. Can play. So what you don't understand with what I'm saying is that when you have, first off, what I'm not making clear is that you're keeping the family together. That means they live relatively close to each other.
Okay, right? I got you.
The kid doesn't change schools.
Okay.
The kid doesn't, move out of state or what, unless they agree to that, right?
But let me ask you this now, dog. You know that this woman used to be the woman you lie with, and she got a new family going on, probably a stepdad to your kid, and you live down the street watching all this. How it's gonna make you feel inside as a man?
Hey, you got to get that up. You got to get that up. Let me answer. You got to get that up. You got to get it. Look. The family circle is
somewhere else. Wait.
Look, hey, but look, there's nothing you can do. If your ex is dating a guy, then your son or your daughter has another father. That's just the reality of it. If they're in a serious relationship, well, your son or daughter just has another mother or father.
Now, Lord, you know that shit don't fly. You know
that's the way it is. That's the way it is. What can you do? What can you do?
Look, non-lawyer, Pico, Curtis, myself. Let's do a part 2 on a child support joint. Let's get back to the R. Kelly situation.
Man, look, I'm finna hop off of here. I've been on here for an hour and 40 and 30 minutes. I'm done. Look.
I know, my damn phone going dead. I'll see y'all later.
Spitting fire, your phone going to dry up anyway because you got tape on it.
Hey, let me say this to both passionate and
let me talk for about an hour.
Hey, Keisha.
And what I was going to say, since we're talking about the child support,
can you explain to everyone about what we're doing now in the future, so that people will know, if
you guys have to cap these. You guys have to cap these sessions. You have to keep it open. I'm just gonna say this right now, but go ahead.
On the side, it ain't no damn caption when you come in. You ain't got to drop out.
So, Keish, would you like to explain what we're doing, here today, and also what we will be doing in the future as well with these discussions?
Well,
so
here's
that
the
people
plan.
understand.
For those of us who are on here, I was assuming that maybe like once a week we'll do these panel discussions to have everyone's opinions and views on certain things. And it's good to go from platform to platform so that way, we not just gouging up, each platform. Non-lawyer, are you able to go live?
I think he gone.
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I can go live, but honestly, if you use a Zoom platform and you give me the ability to record, then I'm cool with that. I don't necessarily have to, go live. But I mean, I can do it.
I think it's detrimental for your brand to grow. So it's not just, I don't want to, because you have a lot of knowledge and experience, maybe perhaps that's where you're coming from, and I feel like, why not? And then we could go from platform to platform. Like maybe one day a week, we do a panel session on this platform, on that platform, and just alternate it. And that way people can get more information opposed to my whole thing is to stay away from, I hate to use this word, but I'm going to use it, the drama. I try to curveball it each time we get ready and spit into the drama. Salute to everybody on this platform. I appreciate it, all y'all, for being here today. No, we ain't do nothing drama. This was all a learning lesson for all of us. We've learned a lot of things, very informative to the guests in the chat as well. This is what we call progressive chat, okay? And I appreciate it on every level. And I feel like we can all be progressive on our platforms and maybe change this around. I would have loved to have Sky Zone in on this. And then maybe, you guys on your own platforms, you decide to do some kind of panel situation. Right. However you guys do it. It is what it is. I'm more than willing to, involve myself as well. Pretty much I wanted to give the platform out there to kind of let everyone speak their piece on as far as those motions go. And what y'all were feeling about them as well. But now we got into it a whole lot deeper because Dana popped in the chat, and Dana was able to provide us with even more information than what we know to the surface. Dana has a little bit of insight and views on a lot of things that we don't know as far as the R. Kelly case goes. So we were able to get out a lot of facts as far as the case goes, where this is really coming from. I think some people are still confused as to where this is coming from. And I believe, just as Dana explained it, non-lawyer kind of too, that R. Kelly's situation is brought about beyond the accusers. Oh shit, what did I touch? It's beyond the accusers. It's beyond Lifetime. It's more or less people that know what they can get out of R. Kelly. And it just became a trickling effect. And, the closer you come down, you could throw people a couple $100 and they like happy as shit just to go with it. And as you get closer and closer, then you got the parents, they like petty, they just being petty McBetties on social media too. So, I mean, to us, we see the parents being petty. We see the accusers being petty. We see the alleged victims being petty. And it's like, they're just messy. Nothing really fits to where it needs to fit at in order for this case to be stable. We wouldn't all be sitting here like bringing up the narratives of where this is coming from if this was all a cut dry case. If this was a cut dry case and people were like, that's it, R. Kelly's guilty, he got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. That's not the case here at all. We have nothing where anybody has filed police reports. There's nothing out there substantial that actually is like, oh, well, he did do this. And, it's obvious. And he was caught in this girl's house, or this girl was with him and they was walking outside and he just took and threw her in the bushes. There's none of that. And then up until now, like, there are no accusations on him up until, recently, till he got into all this trouble. So it's like, what happened? He stayed out of the view for a while. So how come all this is coming about right now? Why did it take so long for this to come about? Because it took a while for people to get what they had to get in place to come attack this man the way they could attack him. The best place for him, for people who want to reach in his pockets and his bank accounts, is in jail. And that's where the pressure is coming from. So this panel was very informative, I think, for everybody in the chat. again, I tried to make sure I told my mods ahead of time, don't address no bloggers at all. We're not doing that today. That's not what this is about. This is about speaking of R. Kelly and what could be done, what needs to be done, what can't be done, what should be done. So, that's where I sit at here on the panel today. But I appreciate you all for being here. Anybody else got something they want to say?
I just want to close with. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. First of all, thank you, Keish T, for having me on the show. Having to get all this technology and stuff like that together. Thanks to the lawyer for sitting up there giving us his point of view. I appreciate it. And I love your channel as well. We do have to definitely go on different platforms or whatever. Once I get some new stuff, I probably will definitely...
a new phone and a new computer.
Shut up, the non-lawyer here to come on my channel. As you as well, Danny J, but I ain't gonna let you take over my show. I'm gonna snatch your lips off. Thank you, Passionately Gangster, or whatever, sis. I love your channel as well. Pinko Bands, I always enjoy you in the chat. So is you, Curtis Williams. You guys are all well. And welcome on to Spitting Fire. But thank you for having me, Keish. I gotta go.
All right, lady. Thank you so much. You take care.
You know what? Let me say this. I enjoyed the platform. Yeah, I'll host. I'm not sure how frequently I can do this. I work full time. Keisha, where are you? Where are you from?
Pennsylvania. In Plymouth.
For some reason, you seem like you're from Chicago. I don't know why, but you just seem like a Midwest person. You sound like you're from the Midwest. I don't know. You just remind me of a Midwest person.
It might be that Moni love look she got going on.
No, but listen, I have a lot of family from all over, but a lot of my family from down south and in Virginia. So,
that could be it. But hey, look, I think that the R. Kelly support is great, but social justice is a little bit bigger than R. Kelly. As you can see, for the past 45 minutes, we talked about child support, we talked about oath of office. So let's not limit ourselves, right? I'm not saying don't support R. Kelly. Of course, you can support him, so on and so forth. But just keep, makes the sky the limit.
The injustice.
But that's all I got to say.
Got you. Thank you so much for being here, non-lawyer. Appreciate you.
Thank you for the invitation.
And I want to say thank you for allowing me to be here. I was new to the channel. I'm nervous, but thank y'all for allowing me to be here today.
Don't do that.
I will definitely host. Just let me know when y'all need me.
Okay.
Oh, and Keish T, you got to show me how to put that tick at the bottom.
Yeah, and not only that, if we have a host on your channel, Dana, please don't be talking to the damn chat and hosting a damn platform too.
I thought you was leaving Spitting Fire.
Hey, I wanna top out by saying this was a good initiative. Okay? And I would like to see more bloggers taking this route. And for especially the male to come together, because as men, we have a bigger part to play. And, we have to just stick to get rid of the injustice, Injustice for one is injustice for all. And the injustice that may not be on your doorstep today might find your doorstep tomorrow. So we got to take a stand. As men, we have to go back to leading, protecting our woman, defending our woman, because this chat tonight let me know that our women have our back as men.
Right.
Because we got 3 beautiful sisters on here. Keish T, Passionately Gangster, Spitting Fire. Okay? And these women, they go hard for injustice against men. We have other females out there doing it. There is this other blogger out there called Nicole, a view from Nicole, something like that. She goes hard too, right? And we have the females standing up with us. You know what they say? Behind every powerful man, there is a woman.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? So we got to protect them, because if we protect, they are like the oil to our engine. They keep us going. So we got to protect them, respect them, and just be the men that we're supposed to be. Fight for injustice against everybody. and just be informative to each other, be our brotherly keeper, and just move on to greater things. Because hey, it's not just the injustice here in America. We as black men, we've been tarnished for 5,000 years. We watch them rape our woman in front of us, kill our kids in front of us. Today is the day that we stand up and say, no more.
Absolutely. Amen. Amen.
Okay, so I would like to, well, first of all, if the non-lawyer is still here, are we still on for this Sunday?
For sure.
Okay, so I don't know if you would, if any of y'all would like to join in with our usual live that we have on Sundays. I'm not sure, but if you are, then you're more than welcome to come over. But I would like to say, Keish T, thank you so much for inviting me into this panel. I think that we are most definitely moving forward. I think when we have people of like minds, we can go far and we can achieve a whole lot more. And in closing, I would just like for everyone to follow suit, and let's try to stay focused. And also, you know, we're all united because of Kels. However, we can also find other ways to unite. I think that there is so many issues out here in this world that we can help with. And when we have all of these, okay, I see everyone as very special individuals. We all have great strength. And the reason I say that is because we are most definitely going against the odds. And it takes a special type of people. And so myself, I see evidence to this fight. And I hope that this fight, that we will all work together to help another soul out, or even help the community out. So I hope this brings unity, and I hope that we can find a solution to get Robert Sylvester Kelly out. We all see them, and it's very alarming to me when the other side
You're timing in and out, I think. Are y'all having a hard time hearing her?
Yeah, I can't. She's dropping.
She's freezing up. Okay.
Yeah, it do seem like she in a little Chinese movie.
I know it did look. Shut up.
She like R. Kelly.
I know it did look.
Everybody want to talk R. Kelly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She's back.
It's Dana.
Dana.
But yeah, but thank y'all. I'm gonna let Curtis talk.
All right. Thank you, ladies, so much for being here.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, it's conversation.
Maybe it's me.
Again, we talk and we talk and we talk. There has to be a level of solution before we can progress in everything. Some really good ideas. We just gotta come together. You know what I mean? We willing to come together.
That's it.
And as long as we have that willingness to do that, everything else works out. You know. That's all I have to say. I'm leaving the chat because I have to charge the phone. And take care and see. Right. Thank you, Keish, for having this panel.
All right, thank you so much, Curtis. Dana, you funny as shit. You said I ain't paying my internet bill. Are you crazy? You know damn well. Shit. Man, yeah. So Interesting. Y'all can hear me? We good?
Yeah.
Y'all can hear me, right?
Yeah,
All
let's
right.
just get some schedules going,
All right,
and we
yeah,
can
so-
have like,
yeah.
and we can
What
have
I-
like multiple people. The same people don't gotta come on
All
every
the
time.
time, right.
It can be more people, multiple
Yeah.
people. Also, I
I
mean,
mean, it's good to have a base, though. I mean,
Right.
You want the. I can't be on every time. I'll tell you that up front. But it's good to have a base.
Right, no problem. It's cool. I think we did good tonight. I think a lot of information got put out there. And again, we just have to make it a movement every session. Every session.
But the one thing I think you guys we really have to do is, number one, we really should cap it in terms of time, because that way more people can participate, right? And then the other thing
he just don't have no stamina. That's what it is.
Yeah, I agree. And then the other thing is that be very organized. You know, have an agenda and have a way to do this.
I agree with non-lawyer on that though. We got to have this thing structured. You have, like, you go up 2 hours, 5 topics to be discussed. You give each topic, say 25 minutes, whatever, and you move on from there.
Right. So this was a jump start. All right, this is the first time I did this on my platform. This was the first time I used this program on this platform and streamed it. And I actually have 3 programs up to actually get the stream to go through correctly. Yeah, this worked out. I think this worked out well. It worked out well in the progression. I think the thing is, like, organizing people as a group. This was this was good for that. The organization of my platform and how we started off, it was a little bit fuzzy. Okay, it was definitely fuzzy, but the organization of the people, so we can all go the same route, follow the same narrative in that way, as far as organization as a movement of people. So I think this platform and having everyone in here, you guys all have new channels. I have like 6,000 subscribers. So this will help people come to y'all channels so they can learn some things from y'all as well. I don't know everything.
Have any channel.
I don't know everything, okay? I don't know everything. You guys are very smart, intellectual, and I think a lot of people can learn a lot of stuff from all of you guys. So this is great. I'm glad I brought everybody here together. I'm glad I had all y'all. Passionately Gangster, Spitting Fire, like Pico. I figured I'd get some people who are viewers as well as bloggers, because sometimes viewers have some valid points and very important valid points, and it's not messy. So it's kind of like, that's all right. We got it. We're going to get it. We're going to get it and keep it going. Keep it going.
Hey, one quick question before I go. Where is Dr. Rice?
I don't know. I don't follow him.
Yeah. All right, I'll leave that alone.
I don't know who. I never actually followed Dr. Rice when I first came to YouTube land anyhow. I eventually heard about him. His name popped up here and there, and I know he's in the Shabazz documentary that'll be dropping in 7 to 10 days. You'll probably see him on there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I haven't really seen. I don't follow him. But people, I think he drops videos every now and then. Pico, do you follow?
I haven't. He hasn't dropped a video in a while.
I follow Dr. Rice, but I haven't seen him in a while. I mean, I've never interacted with the guy, but he brings great content when he does have them. So I kind of watch his stuff, but never really interact with the guy.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know. People in the chat probably interact with him. A lot of them do. But I think he kind of, once they said that they were coming out with this documentary and the trailer started to drop, I haven't heard much from him or of him.
Hey, from what I heard, he and Sharon Winbush is doing some work behind the scenes, some things that they can't talk about. And Dr. Rice supposedly have a new company or something that he's starting where they're helping people who have faced injustice of some sort.
Oh, good.
Yeah, he spoke about that. I remember him speaking about that.
Good. Yeah, good. That's what we need. We need that a lot.
Well, okay. I am going to drop off, maybe get something to eat, maybe
all
watch
right,
some
guys,
Groove
and I'm going
too.
to end this
Enjoy the
live
weekend.
stream. I appreciate you all for being here. You guys have a great night. It's 12 in the morning. Have a great morning. Okay.
You too.
We've been here.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you. Call on me next time. I'll be available.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, guys. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
You too. Thank y'all.
Y'all welcome. All right. So I think. Let me go like this. So you guys are still here though, right? Y'all still here. Media and display. Video. Yeah, well, I'm trying to do this, so I'm not really trying to end the stream, but I could put my picture up. But listen, everybody in the chat, I appreciate you all for being here. The Cash Apps, I appreciate you all dropping the Cash Apps. Thank you so much for that. Let me see, somebody's calling me. My phone is about to die any second. My phone gonna die any second. What's up, woman? Yeah, I know. And the screen's out. I was trying to bring the camera back so I could be in front of the screen. So I'm just letting them know now. Okay, good. All right, that's what's up. Thank you, lady. I know. Yeah. We needed that. I love you. Thank you so much, woman. Take care. Bye-bye. So I mean, how, for those of y'all who are here, I know y'all can't see me, right? You can't see me. You can't see me at all. I could go like this though. I can do this like this. And so y'all can see me. Y'all can see me, right? General audio and computer. I feel big as shit in front of me. Alright, I think y'all can see me. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe y'all can't. Maybe it's just not going to happen. Maybe it's just not going to happen. Oh, here. There y'all go. Y'all can see me. Y'all can see me. Y'all can see me. Y'all can see me. All right. Y'all about to see me in a couple seconds. Y'all about... Moderators, I appreciate y'all so much. Yes, I do. All right. Y'all should be able to see me in a couple seconds, I think. Y'all be able to see me. Y'all should be able to see me. Y'all should be able to see me. Y'all should be able to see me. Do y'all see me? Do y'all see me? Do y'all see me? Do y'all see me? Y'all can see me now. All right. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me? All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. Moderators, I appreciate the hell out of you. Talking Loud with Keish MVP, I appreciate the hell out of you. That's what's up. So all mods who have the login for TLWK, Talking Loud with Keish MVP, you guys all know how to log in for that. So y'all can go ahead and use that to log in. I appreciate you all so much. Moderators who were not in the group meeting we had last night, I need y'all emails addresses, okay? We need to do a group meeting. I need to do a moderator meeting with the people that were not in the chat. I need you guys to email me and just say MVP, okay? So Talking Loud with Keish at Gmail, right? At Gmail. And I need you to email me and put MVP in the subject line, all right? MVP in the subject line. Hey, Shay, what's going on? Hey, Sonia. Thank y'all so much. Nichelle, thank you so much. Nichelle, the super chat, Miss High Pink, how you doing, lady? Yeah, welcome. Y'all welcome. Yes, TLW Keish MVP. I appreciate you so much for being here. we gonna get y'all all. Maz did a great job. Thank you so much, Shirley. Thank you so much for being. Tasha, how you doing? Thank you so much, lady. I appreciate you all for being here. I did not want to delete anybody out here or delete their comments unless it was negative and taking things off focus and off topic. Angie. So unless it was taking things off topic and off focus, the whole topic was to get everyone in communication to bring the correct narratives forward. Anybody who had their opinions in the chats that normally aren't in the chat, I thought it was very important for them to be here in the chat to experience that, to listen to those things, and I think it went well. I feel like next time I have a panel of people, we're going to talk about some other things. I'm going to see about having some special people in the panel along with other people. I'd like to get a lot of people together, and in that way, because everybody's voices and opinions matter, and they're different, and they matter, and they're different. So when you get people who have different opinions and their voices matter together, they can hash out a lot of things. Hey, Iris, how you doing, lady? So it was awesome that this had been brought together. Hey, Miss Fat Fat. Elizabeth, what's going on, lady? So I think that way we can hash out a lot of maybe agreements that we have, agreements that we have, just in general. I didn't want the messiness at all. Shout out to all the mods who did not get messy at all. I appreciate you all so much. Cassandra, how you doing, woman? Thank you so much for joining. Miss Blue Blazes, Rhonda, we love you. Look, I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you. Love me. That's me all day. Positive energy. We gotta be positive. Awesome. Good shit, Champel. Thank you so much. Moderators, all moderators, I need y'all to email me and just put title MVP. And we'll probably do another moderator meeting at some point tomorrow. I'll try to figure out a time and all like that. And hopefully you all will be available. So that way we can, get together. I need all my moderators on the same page with things. We all have to be on the same page with things. We have to know how. Okay, love me. And I did mess up. Like I gotta get some lotion for my cute. You see that? I put the sparkles in my joint. Let me put I kind of got now. I'm trying. Okay, love me. I'm not gonna put these up. I'm just gonna let them be blue. Okay, I tried. You did a damn good job. Thank you, Tasha. Thank you so much. It's just simply bringing everybody together, and we need to do that more than ever. You know what I mean? For multiple topics. R. Kelly, yes, but we have a lot of injustices going on around in the world, period. It's fucked up how they will not let any of these inmates out of jail right now. The jails are, a lot of jails, especially the Cook County jails, are infested with COVID-19. Like, it's wild. It's really, really wild. So, listen, we gotta get this thing, we gotta pay attention. Pay attention. My favorite color, blue. Okay, Chantel. I was like, let me be loud with it today. Okay. Let me be loud with it today. And it was wonderful to have Spitting Fire on there and Passionately Gangster. And then the men on the panel, Pico, Curtis, shout out to them. Dana, it was awesome to have Dana call in. The non-lawyer was excellent. I love having the non-lawyer and Dana together because they are two brainy guys. They're very smart guys, very smart men. Okay. Very smart men. Yeah. So Keish, no nails being done at home. You will get in trouble. Kim, like I went out and I bought all these different colored nail polishes and stuff. And I'm like, all right, which one am I going to start with? But the crazy thing is now I can go ahead and take the nail polish right off. I could paint my nails every day. And I bought glitter. So I could do at least one or two of my nails in glitter. I'm so excited. I can't wait to paint my nails again. I'm such an asshole. Thank you so much, Shay. I appreciate you for being here, woman. I appreciate everybody who was in the chat today that are normally not in the chat. I did not want anyone to thank you, love me. Thank you very much. I didn't want anyone to I just want, yes, Pico, exactly. NoMessy.org. Exactly. It was awesome. There's a lot of people in this chat who do not be on my channel. They be on a lot of other people's channels and they don't, come here, and that's fine. So it's like, but I'm glad, we were able to get some information out to them. Let's try to push this into the correct narrative. Yeah, you back. Yes, Ebony. Yes. What's up, lady? What is going on? Shit, I appreciate y'all all. For real. I do. Shout out to y'all. Y'all the real MVPs. Okay? Eventually, mods, I hope it'll get to the point where when we come in here, everybody will be logged into TLWK. What is it? TLWKeish MVPs. Alright? We're going to get you all into that format, so that way when people get timed out or whatever, we're not blaming just one person. Okay, we're not blaming the person who did it. It's just like, oh shit, they did it. Okay, they did. Don't y'all do that, goddamn it! And I just yell at all of y'all at one time. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Lots of us are tired of the drama and bickering. This was great. Thank you, Miss Fat. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And a lot of us bloggers are tired of it too. You know what I mean? KYD Audio, thank you so much for being here. We all on the same level at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we want justice across the board. And in order to have justice across the board, we have to know where we come from. When you understand where you come from, you know what you're fighting for. Whether if it's your next meal, whether if it's your next paycheck, whether it's that job you applied for, you know what I mean? So whether it's a fight for injustice. So, people, I need y'all to hit that like button. I'm getting ready to call this a night. I'm going to get ready to shut this down. It was a beautiful live. I appreciate you all for being here. My channel is currently not monetized. So I don't get paid for this. But that's all right. It's cool. It is what it is. They barely give us money for the platforms anyhow. Sooner or later, I'll be implementing commercials into my videos. So YouTube's not going to want me to. YouTube's not going to want to pay me anyhow. But everyone, thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your morning because it's 12:37 a.m. Have a beautiful rest of your morning. We will be catching up sooner or later. I'll probably be doing a live later on this weekend. Don't forget Passionately Gangster and Non-Lawyer. Subscribe to Passionately Gangster. Subscribe to the Non-Lawyer. Subscribe to Spit and Fire. If you're not subscribed to any of them, go ahead and subscribe to them. Dana J, actor Dana J. If you're not subscribed to none of them, go ahead and subscribe to them. I appreciate you all for being here. Till next video, guys. Have a great night. Bye, y'all. Oh, wait. I'm supposed to do the official and then do the end, John. Oh, real quick, while I have y'all here, I might as well do this real quick just for those of y'all on your way out. Okay. I might as well put this up here. Okay. This is the ball wash. We're going to put you on top of Zoom. Yeah. We're going to put you on top of Zoom. Do. There it is. All right. That's not the one, though. This is it. Okay. All right. So you guys are familiar with the whole ball wash thing. Let me make sure I close all these. And browser source for the ball wash is right there. God damn, I ain't doing it right. This is gay. All right, guys. So www.ballwash.com. That is the website. I'm gonna get ready to point y'all at. All right, so here we go. We got ball wash. All right, it's the nuts, butt, and body wash. Good lord. So nuts, butt, and body wash. You use the ball wash to wash your ass. Okay. You get a little bit of suds, it might run down them balls and go right down in the crack of your ass. For some men, I don't know how y'all might like extremely wash, tough. I don't know. So, anyways, it's activated with charcoal, so it gives you a cool kind of breezy feeling kind of thing going on there, and it smells real good. So after you're done washing with the ball wash, you're gonna smell good. You're gonna feel like you got wind blowing between your balls and shit. Like that's just how it's supposed to make you feel. It's gonna smell good. If your man, he jump in the bed and he smell a little musty and he be like, babe, I need some head. You be like, babe, no, look here, go take this ball wash in the shower. Go wash your balls, okay? So some of you women might have to do that. You guys are gonna go ahead and do that. Just go ahead and take the ball wash and, let your man know he need to go scrub his nuts, his butt, and his body. That's it. That's what it is, ball wash, all right? And after you're done using the ball wash, you're going to dry your balls off really, really well, man. Okay, you want to just dry your balls off thoroughly, completely pat them down. As soon as they're really dried off, okay, your nuts, your butt, and all that is dried off, you're going to take this nut rub here and you're going to smooth it around your balls. You're going to take and make your balls glisten. You're going to make them real, real shiny. All right, you're going to take and rub the nut rub all around your balls, okay? Both of them motherfuckers, okay? Some guys got big balls, some guys got small balls. I don't know. Do what you got to do. Put the nut rub all around them balls, okay? Get them balls feeling good. Get them nice and shiny. And then it's going to smell like ocean and air. And the cracky ass is still going to feel good because you just washed it with some of that ball wash. So you take the nut rub, you put that all over your balls, you be good to go. After you're done doing that, you're going to go ahead and squirt your area with some Sack spray. Psh, psh. It's going to neutralize that odor. Just hit it 2 times with the Sack spray. Psh, psh. That's all they need. Because, some guys just is really musty, I guess, Anyways, so you have your ball wash, right? You have your ball wash here. Oh, shit. Ball wash. You have your nut rub, and then you got your Sack spray, all right? So after you guys purchase these products, you go on the website. If you want to purchase these products, right? Lord, you're going to go to the website, all right? You're going to go to the website, www.ballwash.com. When you go there, Lord, this is a big print. All right, when you go there, let me push this down. All right, you go to www.ballwash.com. You're going to go put the product into your cart. As soon as you go to check out of your cart, it's going to ask you for a discount code. You're going to use code TLWK for Talking Loud with Keish to get an additional 15% off on your purchase. All right, so there you go, guys. There you go. TLWK will get you an extra 15% off on your ball wash. This is just a promotional code. They do sponsor me to a point. I do not get paid, okay? Ball Wash does not pay me, okay? There was lots of trolls who would come in my chat and they would say shit to me, so I would pull out the picture of the ball wash and be like, you seem salty. You seem like you need to scrub your balls with some motherfucking ball wash. All right? So then I did it so much, I said, you know what? Let me reach out to the manufacturers of this shit and see what they could do. And they said, well, what we could do, Keish, is produce you with a code. And we can give your peoples 15% off if they use that code. I said, solid. We'll do that. We'll do it just like that. So no, I do not get paid by Ball Wash Company. I don't make any profits off of this at all. It's just a promotional code. Okay, it's an advertisement. At least you guys can go out in the public and be like, yo, I was watching this girl named Talking Loud with Keish. If you use TLWK, you get 15% off on your ball wash. People gonna be like, what the fuck is ball wash? What the fuck you talking about? Who gonna wash their basketballs? Like, look, motherfucker, we not talking about basketballs. We not talking about recreational activities. We talking about you keeping your ass clean. Literally. Keeping your nuts, your butt, and your body washed. All right? So, there you guys have it. This is the ultimate one right here. Let them know. Let them know what it is. All right, guys. I'm gonna get ready to end this live stream now. Officially. This is officially over. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night. And till next video, people. Till next video. Thank y'all.